mean, the fact that he rushed Locket, it just seemed very clear that that was the goal.
Yeah.
Okay, I do like this more. Like, this gives you the matching of the team fight, and Warlock is quite good in most of the lanes. I mean, he just gives you solid lanes nearly no matter what. I mean, I would like a Tide a lot for OG. Is Ursa in the pool? He is. Okay, so maybe that's a problem as to why you maybe couldn't Ursa.
I do like Fatal Bonds with Slardar, or with Caudle as well.
Yeah.
So it's gonna, even though he's focused on healing, if you land a Fatal Bonds on a couple of heroes,
Yeah.
it's a huge chunk of damage being spread.
I do think if you can find the guy in the offlane that builds pipe into the Radiant heroes, it's kind of giga, like Warlock Caudle. Warlock also generally, he doesn't pressure the lane that much. It depends on the heroes. It's more like he usually gets your guy through, but he doesn't pressure the enemy offlaner as much.
I mean, Wave Cutter's always pretty tough against Warlock, so maybe like Force Axe, Nico Axe.
Yeah, you could look for any of those. I mean, you could also make the argument that even though Ursa is in the pool and he could likely be picked against those heroes, that you have SD against him and you kind of just, you know, you reserve the purge for this guy.
Yeah, I agree. I honestly think they could go Tide and it would be just fine, despite the Ursa, because of the supports that OG has. Like, even in lane, when you're tied and you know you have one of these
game I don't mean it's such a pretty okay
yeah, you can kind of get through the lane just fine.
Nah, I mean it's easy, bro. Totally be easy. Cheja.
Like Tide plus ranged 4.
No, now people want bro share it. What want to share it also.
Okay, so they go for the tiny. It's most likely the mid again. There is of course a chance that they do flex it, but I have not yet been impressed with carry tiny, so I would prefer if this hero does go into the mid lane.
Yeah, I agree. I just want utility out of him. And I didn't really mind Tiny against Tiny against Slardar either.
Yep.
Okay. You see with the amp damage, you have like 1 or maybe 2 armor items. I think each had like, I don't know, phase plus veil, and like it just didn't even seem like he had amp damage on him.
So Mira's take yesterday was that Tiny is a risk because you can counter it in lane. And my argument was like, okay, well then you want to run it as a 4 and as a carry as well. But in this situation, OG, they're showing what lane the hero is going to be in. It's going to be a mid Tiny. So if I'm PARIVISION, I'm thinking like, what hero can I put against Tiny that will just absolutely clap it in lane? Which is like
Vipers and Huskars.
Vipers, Huskars, that sort of thing. Death Prophet, but it's not really a hero right now.
Yeah.
So then why go for the Kez pick here on 18?
It means, well, they have Satanic on their team. The 18th pick is always the hero that you want to protect the most, so I think this makes sense. Like, despite having Tiny having this issue of you want to dominate him in lane, still PARIVISION, the way they like to draft is to protect Satanic in general.
They needed something high physical damage also to pair with Slardar, and it works really well in that way, and it's also not the best hero to disrupt from Shadow Demon. Because it's melee, so it kind of like solves both of those problems.
Who ya be bro? Who ya? You know, film my share that bro. Tomorrow.
It's not gonna have to worry about dying to flat cannon and being half HP and being like, well, I can't go in now. Like he's.
Easy bro. Now they live off it. He got a. He don't bro. He do well. Okay bro.
All of that is gonna be facilitated, and he's supported well by Warlock.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's the type of carry you kind of need to burst or kite. Like if you do an in between, you're likely to lose the fight.
Oh, they are party to a to show room here, huh? Party to a to a corner.
They don't pressure you as much. Like your threat of being bursted isn't that high. Even if they go on you, like Purge said, you've got the Warlock behind you, you've got the.
He ain't there, no, ten no me out. Bang him out there. Then on the two.
I mean, maybe he gets Avatossed, but there's not much.
Slada, Kote, Warlock, I know Maro. Yeah, huh? Chuckly.
On the field, you gotta take care of the Tide Hunter, and they actually ban out a Batten last. I thought that the Axe would be the next on the agenda.
Sando.
I mean, it's a little slow, but something I like against Kez is Doom. Maybe it's
too sad, man. You go too sad. The hero dog would Gino,
I think the Centaur for Pari was quite good with what was left.
Oh, you better not want to know. Yeah, but let's go. I Slada Amashora, Chan Hane, Tochi, Rapio, who showed him on Shannon and Peluya. Me now, why you really a dog, my brother? You got Chuckly, bro, low, Gia.
Pipe Crimson game.
Oh, Gia, or Lodero, coordinator, they don't match. Party you, they match.
So they're forcing OG into a little bit of a weird spot where it's like, do you counter the Kez and get a hero that's good against a Centaur Stampede? Or do you play and just...
While I do like the hero, I think jumping into some of these heroes can be annoying. Like you do want something.
Yeah, bro. Light back easy, bro. Chill, yeah. Oh, ace, might on my, no ace.
Some problems, but I guess it's still the best one for the game. I've just seen the Axe Warlock, and while I do think it is Axe favorite, like you can cut and you can build what you want, it is still like very skill based in terms of how you play like the mid game team fights.
A hard hero to jump into. I mean, all of these heroes are.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe there's some sort of like hybrid pipe blink build that exists here, where he's not going like the full 33, where you just don't go blink, but he's also getting some of these aura items that'll be very effective in the game. And then also, I think the aura item desire for OG is answered a lot by having Scam on Shen. That's a hero that can naturally build a Crimson if he wants to. A pipe if he wants to, right?
Win one and duration and a laser don't try bro. Laser don't and a yes. Win one.
I liked Pari's draft more than I did in game 1 just because of also like the Slardar switch up and having Centaur against Gyro is quite good. He's one of the better like Crimson buyers, which is what you want against this hero.
Pari win, be wine, laser don't and
OG could replicate some of the moves they had last game. They should have a good early game, like a good early laning stage. You can go through the gate again, you help out your Axe. I would say for me this game comes down nearly purely down to gameplay. It's quite even. Like I see both the angles from both drafts. But OG, once again, they got what they want.
Yeah, they got the gyrocopter.
Okay, bro, what can I get to young man? So
consistently, so I just feel
like
they're
leading out there now, and then sure we made it. A bit more in it. Bro, when to the way I to 11%, when to win me. To touch your way made it. Appear my don't they lot of Piama. Don't they join my 10 hours, not 10, Georgie. Chile, a piazza in to second piano and 10 to the way like to the time like you, bro, to like okay, la bro. Came out of a strain only to a strain log out to work and pull only there. To piano web your. Kevin, deals are the out Hara Yamala. As you know, the Passani boy, who Passani Moboro, at that hard how you are. A other art to say some out of Passan boy, what Mobo? I'm allowed how. Man, how don't you bear how a man out here? It's how when Chibi I mean, you are eyeing. Aha, Jedam Jedam.
They get the Centaur now in the offlane, someone that can pick up some of these auras against this OG
player. Can I do that
on a very different dynamic of carry.
Not who you be, not who bro about it. Duration out and I jade, bro. Nothing no what, take where duration and I jade. OG 9 let duration and our Body 9 let duration and our can't jade Tomamo.
They're not trying to reinvent the wheel.
Kiaro, Kizo yin, Kizo yin. Kia let it well over more, bro. Kia. Killer and I jade, but you and I jade. Jade then and I leave.
Bit of a switch up here in game 2. Let's see if they can fare a little bit better against this pretty powerful playstyle that OG has been showing. Just each and every series that we've had them on late. Very, very impressive stuff from them.
I do agree with Kazu though. I think this game is
bro low 9 နဲ့ဈေးပဲပြောလိုက်လေရ bro ဥမာဗျာဘို့ တသိန်းခွဲသုံးပါလားတသိန်းပဲသုံးပါလားဥမာပြောချင်တာကျွန်တော်ပြောတာအဲ့လို average ဈေးပဲပြောတာကျွန်တော်ကအမှ low ရာကိုကျွန်တော်ထပ်ဆိုင်ပြီးတော့သူ့စီကယူလိုက်မယ်ဗျာဘာသူ့ကင်မရာကျွန်တော် TI တော့ swing တဲ့ကင်မရာဗျာငါသုံးတာအဲ့ဟာကောင်းတယ်အဲ့ကြောင့်နည်းထက်ကြရအောင်
Nothing changed between last game and this game. The hero is still a garbage.
Touch like ball. Touch it. Bang and yell. Bang and bang and yell.
Okay, because they've got to find some sort of different way to play it. Because we did indeed see just how far ahead Natsumi got last time round. Just pretty much double the CS. A few minutes into the game.
Yeah, bro. Same to the chat. Yeah, he can't tell them.
Yeah. Is this time on the
oh, they gain it, bro. Such a beat, no? Win China, party, win China.
Contesting the CS.
OG Lam so ball, OG lounge in a corner. Palo corner to the Veteran Build. I could not build the Ama, show the Aquagati, Puma tape you, I did my move. Although, second, the Ama Dene Usa, Radida, Hello Mea, Radida. Hello, the Slada Ama no doubt, the Gon Channel and Chile, Ama Bia Bondo, Ama Pitana Modo.
But no one
အာမမလျှော့ဘဲနဲ့ဆိုလေဟိုဘက်ကလည်းအရင်ကျမ်းမှာမဟုတ်ဘူးဗျာသိလားဒီဟိုချက်ကလေးကလည်းတဆိုးလေးတိုင်းပဲသွားတာဆိုတော့
No, he's playing a very satanic hero.
အော်အပေါ်မှာတော့ရှေ့ကိုဘေးကန်တွေကဟမ်ဒီအခြေအနေမကောင်းဘူးဗျာကြောင်ပြောင်းအဓိကကီးပါပြည့်နော်အဲ့လိုအိတ်တံတော့ခံရမယ်ဗျာကီးပါပြောမှဆိုလိမ့်မနိုင်ဘူးဗျာသိလား
That looks kind of
ပြီးတော့ second ကူထားတဲ့ကောင်ကလည်းနတ်တယ်ဗျာ magic resistant ကောင်ကြီးတော့အောက်မှာလည်းဒီကိုဘေးနေတယ်3လမ်းလုံးကဟမ်ဘယ်လိုဖြစ်တယ်ရလဲ OG ကတကယ်ပဲ3လမ်းလုံးကျွေးတော့မှာလား OG
Unless we see some sort of early moves from OG, we have seen how good they can use the twin gates to make early plays.
ကောင်းနေချလေအားလီမှာဘယ်လောက်ချနိုင်မှာအများဆုံး hero key ဒီဘက်အကောင့်ချင်တာ maximum 35 40ထန်ကုန်ပဲ
I'm curious to see how Nico itemizes this game. There's a lot of items that are good.
ဟောကျွန်တော်ပြောချင်တာကဒီ web pro ကျွန်တော်ထည့်ထားတာဆိုရင်တော့ဗျာ party win နဲ့ duration 43အန်တာဗျာအဲဒါတော့တစ်ခုလေးတွေ့တာဗျာ
But there's an interesting balance you have to strike of damage
ဟော
versus
ကျွန်တော်လည်း bro နဲ့အတူတူပဲ0ကနေစမှာတော့
Gyrocopter
အဲ့လိုပေါ့ bro ကအနိုင်ရှုံးတွေကိုမသိကြဘူးအောင်နောက်တယ်လို့ခံစားရရင်
You don't
bro ဟော
want
လုပ်
to
လိုက်
end up in a situation where you can't bring down these Paravision heroes with heals, with Crimson who has
duration မဲ့အန်တာချလိုက်ဗျာဘယ်သူနိုင် duration အန်တာလောက်ဟောတော့တစ်ဖက်လည်း guy ကိုချန်ဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်တားရင်အသေးတီးပါဒီဘက်ကလည်းဒီဆလာလာတိုင်းနဲ့ light တောက်လျှောက်ချမယ် rotation တွေယူမယ်ပြီးရင်တောင်ဝချိုးကလည်းသူကလည်းမြင်တယ်ဝါလောက်ကူလန်းနေပိုင်းနဲ့ဆိုတော့ဘယ် keeper creation တော့စောင်းမြင်တယ်ဗျာ
18 and 5 against the 13 and 2, so and that's where
ဆလာလာတိုင်းကြီးကလည်းနှစ်ကောင်လုံးက50-50ပဲတခါထွက်မှာတူတော့တော့ကြာ
lead against that of the CS of Yopash so far.
ဟဲ့စီ
No one was also an interesting
အားနေချက်တစ်ခုကတော့ X again ဝါလုံးမို့လို့ကျွန်တော်ပါတီသွားကြိုက်တာဗျာသိလားဘာလို့လဲဆိုတော့ X ကဝင်တိုးရင်အဲ့ Fatal Bond ထိတဲ့အချိန်နဲ့ဆိုပိုင်းဆိုလာပိုင်းကအခုဆောင်ဝမ်းတာအပြာကြောင်းနဲ့ဆိုချစာနှစ်ချက်နဲ့ဆိုတော်တော်ပြဲတယ်ဗျာနှီးကွေးပြီးတော့
Slaughter's a hero that does use quite a bit.
အဲ့ဒီမှာဝါလုံးရဲ့စလိုးကထပ်ပါအောင်ပဲဗျာအဲ့ဒီမှာဟိုကောင်ကပျောက်လိုက်ပေါ်လိုက်ဒီခုတ်မှာဆို
rotate without pushing the wave.
Okay good luck ဗျာ47အန်တာ
Yeah, I mean, maybe do you think it's because he feels that he can't
တော့မ
necessarily
င်းပါ
threaten
တော့
a kill
မင်းပါ
against
တော့
the
မင်း
timing,
ပါ
so
တိတ်
he's
တော့မ
got
ကွာ
two
ဘူး
fast
ကွာရ
players
တိတ်မကွာ
and
ဘူး
just
ကွာတယ်တော့က25ကောင်စား6ကောင်နိုင်တဲ့အချိန်မှာဟိုကောင်က
With the coddle,
15ကောင်စား
His
3ကောင်ပဲ
never
နိုင်ရ
gonna
သေး
get mana from it, it's pretty useless. So he's going to be the one getting amped up and thinking, okay, maybe with the coddle on my team, I can greed a little bit. I can go for this build. It makes me a little bit
ဟိုက
stronger.
အင်ဂိမ်းတန်နဲ့ကျွန်တော်အတန်နဲ့အဆင်ပြေလာဘူးတော့နေအင်ဂိမ်းတန်ကျဲဝိုင်းနေခွိုင်းတတ်နေအောင်တို့အာလူ
side lane. CS does seem to be a similar, maybe even a worse story for DM so far in this game too, as opposed to the lane in game 1. He's feels even rougher of a time. Only 11 last hits here against the 27 Natsumi on these first 4.5 minutes.
အဲ့တော့အခုအနေထားကြည့်မယ်ဆိုရင် AC ပဲဗျနှစ်သိန်းတော့တေချာလေးပဲသူကလည်းတိတ်ပြီး aggressive တွေလည်းတိတ်မချအောင် guy ကလည်းသူကသူအဆင်ပြေဆန်တော့တိတ်အဆင်မပြေဘူးအဲ့အောက်မှာ H ကအဆင်ပြေတယ်အလဲမှာကျတော့တိုင်းလေးကပြန်အဆင်မပြေဘူးဟောအပေါ်လန်းက guy ကိုတော့က free ဖြစ်တယ်အောက်မှာ H ကကြောင့် free တွေကိုဖျက်ပြီးစားတဲ့အချိန်ကျသူတို့ကလက်စစ်ကစိတ်ပူစရာမလိုဘူးနေနေတိုင်းနေတယ်စစ်တဲ့နေ့ကြည့်နေသူလည်းလက်စစ်ကတော့အပြည့်စားမှာဗျကြည့်ရမှာအဲ့ဆလာတာဘာကြီးလုပ်ပေးနိုင်မလဲဆိုတော့တစ်ချက်ကြည့်ရ
But the Slaughter was flexed until that last pick, so you definitely had the option to ban it, and it is a very pivotal hero for OG. We'll see if they actually have answers for it this game, if the Kez is sufficient, or if
တော့အခုကြည့်မယ်ဆို DN နဲ့အနောက်မှာ Green level 3ရဲ့တနာပါဒီအဲ့ level 8တော့နည်းနေတာပဲဟိုကောင်8ဆောင် level 5ဖြစ်နေဒီကောင် level 3
One
တဲ့
thing to note as well, I mean, maybe I'm missing the interaction completely, but isn't
တော့စစ်တမ်းနဲ့ဘာညာရွှေ့တွေတော့အောက်မှာတော့လုံးနေဗျာနော်ချက်ကလေး
that cleanse that you're able to put on whoever the
ချက်က
Kez
လေးကို
is
တော့
going
ပြုတ်
on.
တိုက်ပြီးနောက်မှာတော့ခေါင်းမှာဗတဲ့ဟန်ကာတင်လာပြီးတော့ချမ်းမှာရောက်လာတော့ချက်ကလေးကာတော့ကာထားရဲ့ဗျာသူ့အနေနဲ့စစ်တမ်းနဲ့ကြောမှာလာနော်ဖက်တယ်ပေါ့အိုးခေါင်းခွဲတာချက်ကလေးခေါင်းခွန်းနေပဲ
They'll be able to dive for
ချက်က
Ducalis
လေး
as well.
တန်ရှော်ပါကြီးအဲ့တော့ဒူကာလက်ကိုပါထပ်ပြီးဘေးပြီးခွဲတာရောက်ဟေးခွန်းနေပဲအာမပါမနဲ့နေပါပေါင်းကုန်ပြီ
Making use of these early
အော်
twin
နီကို
gates
အနေနဲ့တော်တော်အဆင်ပြေသွားပြီဗျာဒီတစ်ဖက်ကချန်ရဲ့ rotation ကြီးကတကယ်ကောင်းသွားပြီဗျာ9မိနစ်နဲ့ second 30လာကြီးတော်တော် impact တော်တော်တိတာသွားဗျာပုံမှန်ဆိုရင် H ကဟို create ကောစားဟိုဘက်မှာနေရမယ့်အချိန်မှာအခု tower လဲရအောင်မယ်ဗျာ plus ကိုမအောင် hero လဲနှစ်ကောင်ထည့်ရတယ်တယောက်ချင်းစင်ထပ်ပေးအောင်မှာဟောချက်ကလေးဆင်းလာပြီဗျာချက်ကလေးအော်ချက်ကလေးပြန်တော့ဝိုင်းတော့မစိုးဘူးနော်ဟုတ်တယ်9 class စားလိုက်ရကြမဲ့စီးတဲ့နဲ့မစားလိုက်ရအောင်ဗျာ
That was a little
ဒီက
silly.
စီးတဲ့နဲ့စားလိုက်ရရင်ပိုကောင်းတာ
You can see the difference in support heroes. OG is picking sort of the meta strong leaning early game just boss.
OG is the best လားတဲ့ကျွန်တော်ကပါရီထည့်တာလားကျွန်တော် OG fan ဆိုပေမဲ့ဒီဘက်ပါရီတူးပြီးတော့မရှုံးလို့ကျွန်တော်မြင်အောင်ပြီဗျာဆန့်ရတော့ OG ကကျန်းတယ်လက်ခံတယ်မှန်တယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ flow ရသွားမယ်ဆိုရင်တော့ OG ကဒီပွဲပေးရမှာဗျာ
he will get his 6 very quickly but it's another matter of sure Coddle he's got a lot of XP but his Centaur only has the helm not even close
9 minute Winston ရောဘာလို့မှာလဲ9 minute Winston ရော
has a full free game
လိုက်နှောက်နေတာတဲ့အော်ဟိုခိုင်းရှော့ပြီခိုင်းဘာလို့လာလဲဟိုအောင်တိန်ဟိုတော့ချလာတယ်ကျွေးဟေးဝါတော့ပြန်တော့ဟီးပေးတာဟိုမှာလဲ2-1နေကျွေးနေတယ်ဟာရောင်ဒီဘက်မှာ2-1ဟိုမှာလဲ2-1ဒီရရှော့ပြီလားအာရောင်ပြုတ်တာပဲဆိုပေမဲ့ဒီဘက်ဒူကာလက်အနေနဲ့တော်တော်လေးကိုကြောင်ပြောက်နေပြီဝစ်ဆန်ရုံကြီးကို2ယောက်လုံးပေးရပြီဗျာဝစ်ဆန်ရုံနဲ့တော်တော်ပြေးသွားတယ်ဝစ်ဆန်ရုံကိုပြည့်မယူပါဘူး What the fuck အော်အဲ့တော့ရမတန်တော့ဘူးဝစ်ဆန်ရုံကိုမယူသွားတာလေဟိုအသေးခံပြီးယူလိုက်ရမှာ no one double game နဲ့အတူပဲဝစ်ဆန်ရုံမှာထက်ရတယ်ဒီ fight ကြီးက OG တို့အရန်နဲ့နာသွားပြီဗျဒီဘက် OG ကအရန်နဲ့နာသွားပြီဒီ fight ကြီးကတကယ်ပြောဘာလို့ဟိုဂိုင်အိုကဗျာတေကန်နီးလေးကိုဝစ်ဆန်ရုံလေးယူပြီးတေသွားမှာနဆူမီးကဘလို့ဖြစ်လို့ဝစ်ဆန်ရုံနဲ့အပြင်ထွက်ပြီးတော့ဟိုဘက်ကြီးကိုရောက်သွားတေလဲဗျာအသေးခံပြီးကောက်လိုက်ရမှာဗျာအဲ့လိုတန်နေပါသေးတယ်အခုက तू ကဝစ်ဆန်ရုံလည်းမရဘူးအသက်လည်းပေးလိုက်ရဟီရိုဂိလည်းပေးလိုက်ရအော်နှမျိုးစရာကြီးနဆူမီးရေနည်းလေးတော့ဒါလေးကချုပ်သွားပဲပြောရ
This top lane was going horrendous, but no one gets so much off of it. Gets a couple of kills. Coddle on his way to level 7 at this point.
Oh yeah, after that.
Coddle on his way to level 7 at this point.
Oh yeah, after that.
Nico.
အဲ့လေတော့နည်းတော့ဟာတတာတော့ဖြစ်သွားပြီဗျာနော်တကယ်လို့အဲ့ဝစ်ဆန်ရွန်တာ OG တာရဝိုင်းလေပါရီကအရန်နှိမ်သွားမှာဗျာ support နှစ်ကောင်ပါဝါမရှိတော့ဘူးဗျာအခုတော့ support နှစ်ကောင်မှကြီးဟိုကောင်ဝစ်ဆန်ရွန်ရတော့9 class level 6ရောက်သွားတာအကေမရဘူးဆို level ဟိုးနေမှာအော်ဒီမှာနီကိုပါညာတော့တော်တော့အပေါ်မှာတွေ့ပြီခေါင်းပေါ်မှာမီးထုံးပြီးတော့မှတော့ကျွေးပြီဗျရော့တကယ်တစ်ချက်dispersion မြုပ်ထားရဆိုပေမဲ့လည်းမြုပ်ပဲတစ်ဖက်တိုင်းလေးတော့ပြန်တော့လိုက်နောက်တော့ပြန်တော့ဖြတ်တော့ကန်ပေးတာရယ်ကောင်းတယ်ရိုးပတ်လှလှလေးတော့ပြန်တော့စိပြီးတာရယ်ဗျရိုးပတ်အနေနဲ့ကလည်း Ace ကအဖန်တိုင်းပြောရင်စလာတာကန်ဆိုအဲ့တော့ကတော့ခံရရယ်ဗျတဲ့ तू one man army ဆော့ရင်ဗျ तू သဘောတရား तू ကအာမာရော့ဝိုင်း strand တွေကနှုတ်တယ်ဗျအဲ့တော့ Ace ကပြော့တယ်ဗျသိလား
That was really well played from OG. I'm shocked that no one died there.
ဟုတ်လား bro ဒီခါတော့အလိုမဖြစ်ပါဘူး bro
And he's going to go for the Death Stone Satanics though.
bro ဒီနေ့ရှာပေးမယ်ဗျာဟုတ်ပြီလား bro ဒီနေ့ကျွန်တော်ပြောမယ် OG ပွဲပြီးသွားရင်ကျွန်တော်ဘာပွဲရှိမလဲရှေ့မှာဒါ game 3လာလိုက်မယ်ဗျာဒီ game 3ပြီးသွားရင် H win နဲ့ဒီကတက်တဲ့အသင်းနဲ့
He's had enough hitting the creeps.
He's like, let me play, guys. I'm buying a Death Stone. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to be a part of this
စစ်တ
game.
မ်းနေနဲ့လည်းနောက်အော်လေးကတော့ပြန်တော့တက်လာပြီဗျာသူ့အနေနဲ့
A lot of these situations we've seen in the matchups against OG, when you decide to play the farm game against their gyro, the gyro normally comes out on top.
အော်ကျွတ်ဟုတ်တယ်ဆိုလိုတက်နေတယ်လွတ်သွားမှာလား
Solo kill there against Tim's won't have
လွတ်
quite
သွားတယ်
enough.
တင်ဒါပေမဲ့တင်တော့တိုင်ပတ်နေပဲ level အရင်နေဝါပြီဗျာဟိုပဲရှိသေးတယ်
Very much speaks to how much PARIVISION want to play this.
bro အဲ့ဒါကျွန်တော်နဲ့တူတူဘာလို့မထည့်ရဘူး 40ကျွန်တော်ကကျတော့43 under ဗျာ43 under party win ဗျာ 2.5 all ရဗျာဒီလား
He's mid. Doesn't have any points in the call, but he just a blade now. He's super farm, top net worth.
Going to try and go back towards him, but as soon as the blade.
bro ကကျတော့ party နိုင်မယ်မထင်သေးလို့နဲ့တူတယ် bro ပုံစံကြည့်ရ bro ကလုံးဝ under ပဲယူ41 under
Managed to secure the room for themselves. Pick up that shield rune.
OG ကတခုပဲရှိရဗျအဲ့ guy က divine တွေပဲထည့်ပြီးတော့မထူးဆက်ခင်းပြစ်အဲ့လိုပြစ်ဖို့ကလည်းကျွန်တော်ပြောတာစံတော့ခန့်ရနည်းတော့ခတ်တယ်ဗျ return နဲ့ပြန်စားရမှာပဲထည့်တွေးအောင်အော်မဆန်တော့ရတော်တော်အဆင်မပြေတာပဲဒီဆန်တော့ DN ကြီးကတော်တော်ဖြစ်နေ DN ကြီးက
not getting that natural pressure they had last game.
9 class အနေနဲ့ကတော့ tower တွေပဲ2 game ပဲတော်တော်ဟီးတယ်ပဲ
For Tim's, Nico's there to keep him safe.
အော်တခုတည်းမှာ41ပဲရတာတော့ okay လား
Four heroes here.
I don't know if I see them defending this.
အဲ့တော့9 class အနေနဲ့အောက်မှာတော့သူတို့ဒီ Slaughter နဲ့ဟိုကနေဘာတွဲလို့ကောင်းလဲဆိုရင်ဗျာအဓိကတော့အဲ့ထောင်းလိုက်တဲ့ Sneak ထောင်းတဲ့အချိန်မှာ Keeper Mana ပြန်ဖြည့်နောက်တစ်ခါထပ်ထောင်းလို့ရတယ်ဗျာဒီလက်ကေးရောက်ဝိုင်းနေအဲ့လိုတည့်ရမှာဒီကောင်တွေနှစ်ကောင်တွဲလို့ရဝင်ထောင်းအောင်အာမ shot ထပ်ပြီးတော့ level 2ထပ်3ပြီးထပ်ထောင်းဟိုစတိုက်ထောင်းတဲ့အကွက်တွေလုံးလို့ရတယ်ဗျာအော်ဒေကိုပါလာရင်လို့တည့်ရမှာ share ထောင်းလို့ရတယ်ထောင်းပြီးရင်ထောင်းပဲဟောစတန်တွေကခဏစတန်လို့ရမယ်ဗျာပြီးဆန်တော့ဆက်စတန်အဲ့တော့ guy အနေနဲ့
You don't want to overextend.
อ๋อတွဲရက်မှာ43ရလိုက်တယ်။ဩဘရိုနှစ်ခုပေါ့
The Rock
Okay ဗျာ
also online. Warlock, he's eaten his book. So
Okay,
OK44
they got the smite, they
ရေ
did
နေ
the
ပြ
smite,
ပွဲ
they
လေး
did
ကတော့
the
နောင်
smite.
ဝဟိုဘက်သွားလိုက်ဒီဘက်သွားလိုက်ပဲဗျ။နော်နောက်ကဲနှစ်ကောင်ကလည်းနောင်ဝတူတယ်။အဓိက offlane နှစ်ကောင်မှလည်းနောင်ဝကွာနေဗျ။တစ်ဖက်နီကိုက9400ဖြစ်တဲ့အချိန်မှာ DN ကတော့နောင်ဝနည်းနည်းနဲတယ်ဗျ
here was so much about using that ultimate
။အော်
off
ဒီတိုင်းဆက်သွားနေရင်ဘာတွေပြောင်းလဲသွားမလဲ။ Lucian ချမယ်ဆို
Yeah,
ရင်
they
လေ
didn't immediately go
န
for
စ်
the
သိန်း
smite.
တော့မိုက်တယ်
They
ဗျ
sort of
Lucian နှစ်သိန်းလုံးချလို့
split
ကော
up.
ဒါပေမဲ့
I mean, as you
ပါ
said,
ရီက
I'm
hero
sure
တကောင်
no
တက်
one wants
ပြီး
to
သွားရင်
go
တော့
with
Lucian
this
ယူတာ
wheel.
ပို့လွယ်တယ်ဗျ
Yeah,
သူတို့
it's
မှာ
surprising.
Golan
It's
plus
playing
ကို
for
မော
the
င်
room,
healing
but they don't even have a
healing
bottle.
နှစ်ကောင်ဗျာ
Doesn't matter.
အဲ့တော့မောင်အာမာရှော့တာ
No
ဆို
one's
လူရှန်တော့
gonna
မြင်
show
အဲ့
head, so this blink's not gonna come as a
စစ်တနစ်
surprise.
စစ်တနစ်တဆူရတဲ့အချိန်တစ်ချက်ကြည့်ရစစ်တနစ်တဆူရတဲ့အချိန်မှာသူတို့ smoke ကတ်ပြီးတော့ hero ရရင်တော့ Lucian ကတော့ပါရီပုတ်တော့ကြောက်ပြောရရင် smoke တော့3ကောင်3သွားပြီ smoke 2ကောင်နဲ့no one နဲ့ဗျဥဆောင်ပြီးတော့ no one တကာတိုင်းမှာတစ်ချက်တော့လိုက်ရှာပြီးဗျတစ်ဖက် H နေတဲ့ first item return ပြီးပါမလား
Nico running off to the side. They definitely know something's coming. Will they
ကို
catch
စီ
Nico?
တော့ပြီးတော့လာတော့ second တွေပဲဖတ်လိုက်မယ်ဆိုတော့မိသွားမယ်ဗျ
Now,
အဲ့
looks
တော့
like they
Nico
might Nico. He's
Nico
getting tempted
Nico
to
ရှော့ပြီ
finish off the
Nico
way.
ရှော့ပြီအာမာရှော့တာဆိုတော့ဘိုင်းနဲ့တူပဲ Nico ရှော့ပြီဗျအော်ကိုလည်းမဖြတ်ကျဲတာအိုးအိုးဟောစစ်တနစ်က space စင်တာ HK return fan နဲ့ဟိုကတော့တိမ်လို့ဖြစ်
Sort of aware something was going down. Nico, he sort of pushed his luck a little too far. Stuck around for a wave too long. Pays the price.
နော်ရဟမ် AC ဝါတော့မှာတော့ဒါ Asian တွေပါဖြတ်ပြီးတူစားတယ် အော်မေတ္တာဝါထပ်ပြန်ပြီး pressure ပေးပြီဟုတ်တယ်ပါရီရဲ့ဒါ rotation တွေကတော့မှန်တော့မှန်နဲ့ဆက်တော့မှစစ်တော့ရှိရ stamp ပြီး3နိုင်ပြီးတော့ ခဲ့တယ်ဆိုမှ avalanche နဲ့ပြတ်သားဆို slada နေတဲ့ snake ထောင်းပြီးခေါင်းပေါ်မှာမိဘတိုးပြီးတော့မှအာကျွေးတာရေးတသိန်းလုံးလိုက်ချနေတာပဲ9ယောက်လုံးအလဲမှာဟိုကြီးနေတဲ့ဒီချိန်မှာသူတို့တာဝါတော့ပေးလိုက်ပြီဆိုတဲ့သဘောပဲဗျာဒါတို့တာဝါပေးရဆိုပေမဲ့ fan of fan တွေရပါသေးတယ်ပွားကြီးတော့ပြန်တော့ပြရတယ်ချအောင်ပါလားကိုလည်းမရှိဘူး keeper စစ်မရှိဘူးစံတော့စစ်မရှိဘူးချရင်တော့ချလို့ရတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့လူအင်အားမရှိသေးဘူး4ယောက်ပဲအပေါ်မှာတာဝါတော့ပြန်တော့ယူထားပြီးရယ် scan အနေနဲ့ကတော့ချန်ကောင်လေးနဲ့
At both of these towers they take it, both of these kills they get. He's showing up and he's having an impact. Giving DM time to recover, right? Your offlaner has no game and you're gonna need to pick up some of the slack on that Kez, and he is doing that.
Yeah, is that what the Deso coming out to
hero ကြီး
right
ကြောက်
now,
လေး
so
ပွဲလေးကတော့နည်းနည်းတော့ AD A ဆက်တော့ဖြစ်နေတယ် smoke ပြန်သုံးပြီဗျယူဘတ်အနေနဲ့ကသူဒါကတော့မပါဘဲနဲ့ smoke သုံးတာပဲ14မိနစ်တော့ခိုးချင်တာအဓိကတဲ့
OG in these
ဟုတ်
early
တယ်
to mid-game
တစ်ဖက်က
fights.
ပါရီကလည်းဟိုဘက်ချမ်းအောင်သွားတယ်ဒီဘက်က OG ကလည်းသူတို့ဘက် side ချမ်းအောင်ပြန်သွား
Bold.
We'll see if this time they stick around and pick up the wisdom. Should be able to, because at the moment, nobody from PARIVISION is heading over for the 14 minute. They're all just going for the trade on the other side of the map. So they will just get the 1-for-1. No fight to kick off.
no way
Definitely
no
not
way
that useful
တော့
right now.
ဝင်စံတော့တယောက်တူပဲဗျာနော်နှစ်ဖက်လုံးကဟိုဘက်ဒီဘက်
Even
ကြီး
once he
သွား
gets
ပြီး
there,
လဲ
he's
ပ
gonna
လေ
be really careful about how he jumps. If you overextend against these PARIVISION heroes, you will all feed. And they've got the Stampede to reset, they've got the Rock to turn things around. They've got more tools than they did last game, and those
အဲ့
auras
တော့
are
healing
on
နှစ်
the
ကောင်
way.
နဲ့
So
စလာတာနဲ့တိုးမဲ့နွားကြီးတစ်ကောင်နဲ့နောက်ကနေ
OG's
heal မဲ့ကောင်
gonna
နှစ်
need to
ကောင်နဲ့
lock in a little bit more than they had to last game.
ဟုတ်တယ်တော်အလုံးလိုက်ပတ်စားနေဟိုဘက်ကလည်းဟိုဆန်တော့အပေါ်မှာ easy စားတယ်
Shadow Demon, these heroes like to play around their side of the map in some ways.
နဆူမီကတော့ easy ပါပဲနဆူမီကတော့အပြည့် fan နေရ
Where
သူ
they
နေ
go
နေရ
super aggressive, but against Coddle, going too deep, not an option. Solar Bind will own you, so it's all about that formation, that structure. It's being broken a little bit by PARIVISION's aggressive moves.
Yeah, very much seeing the change of angle that they wanted to try here against OG in game 2 work out that much better than what they tried to turn up with in game 1. On the hunt,
ဟာကျွေးရပြီအောင်နှစ်ချက်ပဲ
Mare in the jungle. And with that,
တော့ပါရီကတော့သူတို့တိုင်မြင်ရောက်ပြီဆိုနည်းနည်းလေးတော့မတ်ကိုပြန်လိုက်ချရနော်ဟိုဘက်က OG ရဲ့မတ်ကိုပြန်ကြည့်အောင် OG ဘယ်လိုပြန်ချမလဲပေါ့လက်ရှိတီကတော့နေရတဲ့ DN လဲလူနဲ့သူနဲ့တူလာပြီဗျာသူအာမာကောင်လေးပဲတော့ကိုတာအာမာဟိုပေါင်းနေ plus တွဲတိုးတဲ့အာမာ15 ပြီးတော့ Vanguard နဲ့ပြီးဒီ Vanguard အကြီးကကျတော့ display လို့မရတော့ဆိုတော့တန်ပါ shady မဟာနဲ့လည်းဖြတ်လို့မရတော့ဟော guy ကိုအကန်လေးအဲ့ဒါလေးကကောင်းတယ်အောက်မှာတော့နှစ်ယောက်တယောက်တွေတော့ဘေးတော့ဘေးနေတော့ဟိုကောင် red time နဲ့ဘယ်သူမှမလာပေးဘူးလားဟော damage ရနဲတာမဟုတ်တော့ရောလဲမှာထပ်ပြီးအောင်ပါလားအော်ကိုလည်းမဖြတ်ကျဲတဲ့နောက်မှာတော့တိုင်းနေရိုးပတ်ပါထပ်တောင်းပြီး
see if he can get out
အော်
here with the help of the
တန်တော့မတန်တော့အဲ့ဒါဆိုတော့လုံးဝမတန်တော့ OG နေနဲ့အောက်မှာလည်းတည်ရတစ်ချိန်တည်းမှာပဲဒီမှာလည်းရိုးပတ်လည်းထပ်ပြီးတည်တယ်အော်
He's not getting out of
တော့
this
2k
one.
ဖြစ်သွားပြီနေနိုင်နေသား
Getting
Paris
away
ရဲ့
with
ဒီ
these
early
moves.
light ဖိတာကို OG ခံနိုင်ပါမလား
not really able to put a stop to
ဒါ
them.
မေးခွန်း
Now
ထုတ်စရာ
PARIVISION this game too. they're the ones in position to head in for an early Roche.
And it really feels like the deciding factor in this series so far is who can be the aggressors, who can keep the pace up. Whereas this game, it feels like for OG, this Axe is the last pick Axe, but after a good lane, he feeds that 1 kill away, dies to a smoke, dies to another gank, and now...
I don't know, time ya song so why no party Russia you may be why the Nasema TNT you may
we saw from his Primal Beast last game.
T2 like show me T2 show why high ground by show me I jare ma pipet di OG really can I down damage so no OG ပြန်ကျုံးလို့ရမယ်အဲ့ကြားထဲအဖြစ်ပြက်ဒီမှာ hero တွေပေးရမယ်ဆိုရင်တော့ OG အနေနဲ့ နောက်ဝတွေပြတ်
Much more of a challenge here for OG in game 2. It's PARIVISION. After this Roche, there'll not really be much reason for them to slow things down, so can definitely expect PARIVISION to start eyeing up the tier 2 towers.
Cái what fan of fan này mà nó 8600 à, còn lấy đồ fan à thì mà.
It's just illusions being sent over this way. OG not able to make the
jump. Oh, it's a lão rồi trong này là. Fan da.
Much better time here. Great impact so far, making the Desto Rush pay off, no doubt about it. And will safely be able to finish off that BKB now during this Aegis time. So he is going to certainly be quite the problem in these team fights, and will absolutely be that sort of component that can definitely threaten Natsumi's presence.
Oh, so the BKBတော့ပြန်ပြီးတော့သွားတယ် BKB မှာတက်မှာတယ် AC ပဲခဏချီးတာကအရန်ဆုံးနေမိနစ်ကတည်းက19မိနစ်ပဲဆိုတော့ဒီချိန်မှာ AJ ကင်ပြီးတဲ့အရန်ချလို့အဆင်ပြေအဲ့တော့ BKB လေးရမယ် lane လေးပြန် fix မယ်ပြီးမှ slowly ပြီးတော့မှတစ်ပလက်ဆိုင်ပြီးတော့အဲ့
This Gyrocopter is going to have some damage problems. It's not like last game where he's shredding through everyone. It will be considerable difference. They also have the Stampede to reset, a hero that's great against Shadow Demon. I'm surprised it went all the way to 23. We've seen this hero first phase banned a lot of times, so PARIVISION gets it for their last pick. And while he had a terrible lane because he's getting griefed by his 4 heroes, rough laning capabilities, he is on the road to recovery.
OG. See how much they try and avoid PARIVISION at this point of the game. It's PARIVISION very hungry to make the jump here whilst they have this strong timing.
So, TV ဘာညာတော့ထောက်ထားပြီးတော့တိတ်တော့မချဘူးပဲเนาะ OG ကထွက်ပြေးနေဟောနေရတယ်လိုက်တော့ရှာတော့ရှာဘယ်သူမှတော့တိတ်တော့မတွေ့ဘူးအဲ့တော့အော်ဒီဘက်မှာ Nico အေးတွေ့ပြီစကလေးလိုက်အောင်မလား
That hit him, he was dead.
Speed တော့ create တော့ဖြစ်တယ်ဗျာเนาะဒါတစ်ဖက်က TP တော့ပြန်တော့ကြားတယ်အလုပ်တွေတော့ရှုပ်သွားတယ်Nico ဒီဘက်ထိပ်ဒီပါလားဖမ်းနေ
Satanic. Some timing matchups on
မိတော့ခုနရှော့တော့လေဒါ AC ကခဏလေးပဲ
Still going to be a bit of timing before the BKBs on
BKB တော့ရသွားတယ်
This is very much a game of cat and
Nasumi
mouse.
လည်း BKB ပြန်ဖမ်းတယ်ဖက်တယ် Nasumi လည်း BKB ပြန်သွားတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့14ကရော
be disastrous and reach that point where now you have to be in full dodge mode forever.
Catch ကတော့သူ
Very
BKB တော့
difficult
ပြီး
to
သွား
come
တယ်
back once you can't interact with the enemy heroes at all anymore. They're still in that space where if PARIVISION does overextend, they can take a fight, but they need to do it right, and they need to seize the correct moment.
Yeah, PARIVISION super strong at this point.
ကီးပါနဲ့ channel ရတယ်လုံးဝတန်းတူပဲ
This is obviously one of the trade-offs.
Channel ဖမ်းနိုင်တယ်နော် channel 9800
winning strap from first game into second game.
See number run
Now your hand has already been shown.
ဒီတော့
Means
လေ1ပဲလားမသိဘူး
the losing team in game 1 can very much adapt. PARIVISION certainly have done that so far with their approach.
They have, but the way they're comping like this, I don't know if I agree with it. I feel like you're so much stronger. You have Aegis, you have BKB on Kez. You don't need all 5 heroes to take this tower like this. You can be setting up elsewhere. You can be using the smokes and doing multiple things at once.
It's because they want the Tormentor, right?
I suppose so.
They're like, we're going to have to be in the neighborhood anyway.
But in the meantime, OG is going to farm a lot. Like, you are making a sacrifice here. You will get the Tormentor, and it's not that bad because you do get the Tormentor, but OG, they farm a considerable amount. So it's not all that in a bag of chips. Oh boy.
Oh.
Clutch on that.
Sleep at the wheel a little bit. Maybe could have gotten off if he reacted very quickly.
As soon as he sort of gets that glimpse of him and just gets him at the edge of the crush, yeah.
His camera was probably placed somewhere else. He probably was
BKB ပြန်သွားနေပြီ အဲ့မှာတော့တာကြီးတို့အချိန်ကြီးကတန်မိုးအရင်ရှိရနော်
online on
အချိန်
your
ကြီးက
parts
တန်
now, so
မိုး
there's
ရှိ
more
တယ်
kiting tools. Amazing against the coddle. You
လောဆရာ
really
မ
want
လို့
to
ပါ
dispel
ဘူး
against
ရန်
that
စော
hero
သေး
against
ဘူး
the
20
Warlock.
မှာကနော
And
င်
like
သူ
you said,
ပြီး
against
သူတို့
Kaz
20
and
TNT
Sparrows,
ယူမယ်
spells are
TNT
king
ယူပြီး
in
ွား
this
ရင်
game.
They really are.
21ကိုစမိုးတော့ပြီးသွားလူမယ်
Heavily
ဘူးတော့
limit the
21ကို
amount
သွား
of
လူမယ်
damage that this
အ
Kaz
ပေါ်မှာ
can
ပင်
get
အောင်
out
ကြီး
on
လည်း
you
ပွေ
because
တယ်
of the
စမ်းတော့
it was mainly with the Kazrai Katana and the Shadow side. These sort of two effects that put stuff on you that makes him hurt you more.
ရတယ်မှန်တယ်ဒီကောင်ယူလိုက်တာမှန်တယ်21ကိုယူတယ်ဟိုဘက်ကလည်း21ကိုပြန်တော့လာယူတယ်တယောက်တော့ TP ကြနိုင်မလား စကန်ဖတ်လိုက်ပြီးဝင်သွားရင်စကန်နဲ့ကိုအဲ့တော့ပေးလိုက်ပါတော့
When you
T2
start
ပဲယူ
playing
လိုက်တော့
Dota and you open AA
It's
Dice
not like
Blast,
why though.
remember that was the
တာဝါ
always
အမြန်
like,
ချိုး
my
လိုက်တော့နော်
goodness.
တာဝါချိုးပြီး high ground pressure ပေးကတပုတ်ပါရယ်အော်ကတပုတ်မသေးနဲ့အောင်လေကတပုတ်မသေးနဲ့အောင်လေတင်းမိုင်းတင်း
Skywrath Mage's Ags,
အာ
I think
က
it
တ
was,
ပုတ်
where
တီ
it
ဝိုင်း
upgraded
ကွာ
every
ဒီကဖင်
spell.
နဲ့လည်းဘာခံမယ်မရှိ
Every
when you-
spell
Yeah, when you highlighted
from
it,
the
it was
bottom
like,
to top of the screen.
yes, it was literally like your entire, if your monitor wasn't big enough, you couldn't even
အ
read
ပေါ်
it
မှာ
all.
ဆိုင်မှာအပေါ်မှာဆိုင်မှာအပေါ်မှာဆိုင်မှာကိုလိုင်းပြက်ကျဲတာတော့ပဲအဲ့တော့ဒီကောင်မိတော့မိသွားပြီဘယ်သူလဲစကန်ကြီးမိတာဗျာကျွေးပြီစကန်ကြီးကိုတော့စကန်ကြီးကိုကျွေးပြီဘာဆယ်လေးကြံခဲ့တဲ့ကောင်လေးတော်တော်မာနေရပဲကြီးအောင်အကောင်ကြီးက
We'll get out. Another kill
ပုံ
for
လွတ်သွားတယ်
Satanic,
စ
though.
ကန်ပဲ
That
ရ
was
သွား
back
တာ
on
ဒီ
the
မှာနီ
desktop.
ကိုအနေနဲ့ကတော့ဒီမှာခရီးလေးဘာညာစားဖို့ချောင်း
I
နေ
think
တော့ပဲ
OG,
နီကို
compared to what this game could have looked like these past few minutes, they're very happy with this. It was 3K gold lead maybe 4 or 5 minutes ago.
Sure, they're slowing it down a little bit.
Still only the same. They're going to get to this BKB on Gyrocopter without too much feeding. Looks like they may even get to the BKB on Axe.
No, it's true. I mean, I think this is one of
Tiny
the
as she back at
strengths,
the
right,
eye,
of this
but
sort of
Taka
lineup from
EU is
OG
she
around the
back at-
gyro. It can play
He
out
vale,
in two
mo no
different
he
ways,
man,
right?
the
It
guy
can
jo.
run
Holy
you
look
over,
at play, man,
dominate these
Sula
early
Crane.
mid-game fights, or if the game needs to slow down, Natsumi, he doesn't mind taking it to the 60, 70th minute on the gyrocopter. He's ready to play for those sort of, peak timings as well. So there's options for OG how to play this draft out, and I think that's one of the reasons why they'll run it back most of the times that you give them the opportunity to in the draft phase.
It's also just the way that drafting and Dota strategy has moved. You keep running your strat over and over and over again. You force the enemy to beat it. And if they can't beat it, then you ram it over and over until you win the tournament. That's how a lot of teams win tournaments.
ခိုင်ဦးကိုပလိန်ဝင်ကြုံဟာခိုင်ဦးတော်တော်ကိုင်းနေပြီးတော့လုံးပေါအောင်ဟာဒီဘက်တွေလုံးပေးတာတော့မစလာတာဒီကပြကြီးပြီးတော့ပြေးတော့ခွဲနေတော့ပဲတစ်ဖက်လဲဆိုလာခွက်တွေပဲတော့ပြန်တော့တုံးတာတော့ပဲခိုင်ဦး BK ပြီးတော့ကုံသွားပြီဗျဆိုလာဘိုင်းတော့နှေးနေဆိုဆန်တော့စစ်နဲ့ပြေးဝင်မလားဆိုပေမဲ့တော်တော်နှေးနေတာတော်တော်နှေးနေတာပြေးတော့မဝင်သေးဘူးဗျအဲ့တော့ဒီဘက်မှာထပ်ပြီးတော့ဒီကိုအပေါ်ပြေးတော့တက်သွားရဆိုပေမဲ့ဘယ်သူမှတော့မရှိဘူးညှိကျင်တယ်ညှိတော့ညှိကျင်တယ်ဒါပေမဲ့မညှိဘူးဖြစ်နေအသေးအတန်ကျွေးဖို့တော့လုံး
They're looking at Satanic.
ဟာဝင်သွားဟိုတကခုံသွားမိပြီရောမိပြီBK ပါကြီးပြီးတော့မှကျွေးမြုပ်ပေးမှလားမြုပ်ပေးမယ်မြုပ်တဲ့ကောင်ဝင်ခုတ်တယ်ရောအေးကောင်းလိုက်တာ no one ကြီးတခါလဲဘလိုင်းကိုဝင်လာပြီးသားအဲ့တော့နှစ်ယောက်လုံးပါဆယ်ထက်ရလိုက်တယ်ကောင်းတယ်ဟိုကဝဲထွက်လိုက်တယ်ရှေးဦးဒီမွေကြီးက no reason for buying back.
They wanted to fight just then, and I can only imagine they don't want to fight now after how rough that sort of move when they felt like they were playing with fire there, Quinn, when they didn't really need to.
I completely agree, and it looks so difficult for OG to take these fights. PARIVISION is kind of just walking at them, and they're dancing, kiting, trying to find an opening, but they just can't
ပါ
find
ချ
it.
ဆောင်းမိုက်တယ်ဗျာသူကမလဲဆိုင်တာကြီးအဲ့လိုဝင်လိုက်ထွက်လိုက်ပြီးအဲ့လိုပုတ်လိုက်ကြိုက်လိုက်တယ်ဝင်လိုက်တယ်အသေးမဆိုင်ဘူးဗျာဟိုဘက်ကောင်လည်းအဲ့တော့နည်းချတာခတ်တယ်
As Tiny's already got the blink, it
ဟုတ်
feels
တယ်
like
bro အာလူကျွန်တော်ဂျုံလိုက်တော့နော် bro အာလူ
but Axe Tiny when you go for these builds, they
okay အဲ့မှာ bro အာလူ
Bro
အာလူကကျွန်တော်မရှိတဲ့အချိန်မှာတော်တော်ဒုက္ခရောက်သွားတာပဲ bro အာ
Crimson, the Stampede, so many defensive tools from PARIVISION. They've really adjusted well with their draft and with their items against what OG had. And like you said, that is the downfall of running it all straight back. The enemy can adjust.
နိုင်ကလည်းတော်တော်ကောင်းတယ်နော်ဒီဘက်သူစော့တာဘာလို့သူဆက်တာအဲ့ဒီသဘောကျရပါသေးလား Solar Crack ရေပြီးအဲ့ Heater ရေအဲ့ဟိုဟာရေဆို level 6ပြောင်းဟိုဟာတော်တော်မိုက်တယ်ပါသေးလားနောက်အော်တယ်နောက်နေအဲ့တုန်းသူပါသွားမယ်စိတ်ဝင်တာအပြသွားမှာပါသွားအပေါ်မှာ DM ပြီးတော့ဖမ်းတယ်ဟောထောင်းပြီးထောင်းပြီးရင်ထောင်းအော်လိုက်တာဆို Stamp ပါသုံးတာရှုပ်လို့အစိမ်းကြောင်းတွေပါဝယ်တာအဲ့တော့ double H တော့ထောင်းအောင်အမှပြေးလို့မရဘူးတကွာလာစားလိုက်ရဒုံလေးနေတယ်တွားပြီးအဲ့တိုင်းကြီးကပုတ်ပြီးဒီကောင်ထဲတိုင်းအိုက်တန်လုံးဝဇဝေဇဝါဖြစ်သွားတယ်တကာရဲ့အီးဝယ်အစိမ်းကြောင်းဆိုတဲ့ဒါတပိုင်းရန်အကွက်ဖြစ်သွားတယ်
PARIVISION, they can head
အဲ့
back
တန်လုံးဝ
towards
ပု
the
တ်သွား
pit.
ပြီလို့
And if you're OG, you've probably got to take some sort of time to seriously decide, do you want to try and put everything into the Roche fight, or do you just want to split on the map, Try and get this farm up. Try and get ready to scale for the high ground defense. You know, which way are you looking?
It's a tough decision either way.
ငါတော့တောင်းနေတော့တသိန်းကောင်ကုန်တယ်ရက်ဆက်တာပေါ့ bro ကမန်းနိုင်ရတော့6မားနေရဟောတာဆိုရင်
is a tall order, but fighting this Roche.
bro မိမစုပြီးနေတူနော် bro အဲ့ကွက်ဒီ bro
Andre the Giant as
တော်သေးတော့ငါတော့တောင်းလောက်လို့သူကားလို့9000တသိန်းလောက် bro အခုဆိုရင်10သိန်းနေစကားလေးတွေကျုံးနေ
there's just no way. Axe doesn't have BKB yet. He can't do anything in these fights. But you just question, even with the BKB, is that enough?
ပွဲတိချာကြည့်နော်ကျွန်တော်တိချာစိတ်ပါလက်ပါပြောရင်တော့မှန်ပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်ပွဲမကြည့်ပဲရမ်းပတ်မှကျွန်တော်လည်းရှုံးရမ်းပတ်တဲ့ဆိုတဲ့မှာဘာမှမစင်စားပဲနဲ့အသင်းဆွဲနေပဲပန်ရှော့အခုဆိုကျွန်တော် OG ကိုအသင်းဆွဲနေပန်အားကျွန်တော်ကုန်ပြီးပါသေးတယ်ကျွန်တော်ရှင်းပြတဲ့အတိုင်းအာမာရှော့တာကိုဟိုချမ်းဖြည့်တယ်ပါညာမှန်တယ်ဒါပေမဲ့သူတို့မှာအားလီမှာချဖို့တဲ့လူအင်အားမရှိဘူးဗျာအဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်ပါရီနေလိုက်တဲ့အကြောင်းအရာကျတော့ပါရီကအားလီမှာဒီစလာတာတကားတိုင်မြင်နဲ့ဆန်တော်နဲ့ဝဝလိုက်ချမယ်ကီပါအနောက်ကနေမန်နာဖြည့်မယ်ဝါလော့ဟီမယ်အဲ့တော့ဗျာစလာတာအတွက်ကရင်မီးစုံရဗျာမန်နာဆိုမန်နာရမယ်ကောင်ရှိရဗျာတွေးကြတော့လေဝါလော့ဟီပဲအဲ့ရောဟိုဘက်အတိုင်းကြီးကြတော့1 2 3ပြီးလို့တင်ရင်မတင်ရင်
confusing the heck out of me. That's not a Mystic start. Mystic starts to 2700.
1 2 3ပြီးဒီကောင်ကောင်ရဲ့တဲ့မှာဘာမှလို့ damage မလောက်တော့ဗျာဟိုဘက်ကောင်တွေကိုဖျက်လို့မရအောင်သူ1 2ပြီးတဲ့မှာတော့ follow up ပေးဖို့ကလည်းချန် share ဒီမုံဖြစ်နေရဗျာတဲ့အဲ့တော့ချားလို့ဘလို့မှမရအောင်ဗျာတခုပဲသူတို့ထိန်းစော့ပြီး guy ကို item ဖတ်ပြီးမှတဲ့မှာအသေးအံဆိုင်အဲ့လိုမှရအဲ့လိုကြောက်လဲကျွန်တော်ပြောဟိုဘက်ပါရီဗျာအဲ့လောက်ကြီးလဲထုံတိုင်းနေတဲ့အသင်းမဟုတ်ဒီလောက်ကောင်းတဲ့အသင်းတော့2ထဲမှာပါတဲ့အသင်းဗျာသူတို့လည်းနားလေအဲ့ကြောင်းတော့သူတို့မသူတို့ခုနလို game ကိုတခြားအကြောင်းဆိုရင်နိုင်ကြအကြောင်းမရှိဒီပွဲရ OG က
Now sometimes you open the shop, you click around, and then 5
ဒီ
minutes
နေရာမှာ
my goodness, I accidentally bought a star for
ပါရီမဟုတ်ဘဲနဲ့ဆွဲဆော့တဲ့အသင်းလေကင်းဆွဲဆော့တဲ့အသင်းဆိုရင်တော့ OG ပြန်နိုင်တော့တယ်လေကင်းဆိုတဲ့မှာတိတ်မတက်ပဲပူစီဆန်ပြီးတော့ဖန်ကိုဖန်နေ guy ကဖတ်လာပြီး guy ကိုအရှိမတင်လာပြီးတော့ share ဒီမှာဆေးလိုက်ဟိုချမ်းအမဟိုတင်ပေးလိုက်ဟီးလိုက်အာမိုင်ပေါင်းပေးလိုက်ဒီ guy ကိုထိမှနောက်ကနေစပယ်ပြန်ပေးမယ် H ကိုတိုင်းပြီးတော့အဲ့လိုပုံစံဆိုရင်ပါရီပြန်ရှုံးသွားပဲဗျာဒါပေမဲ့အခုပုံစံရလေကင်းကိုလုံးဝမသွားဘူး
Daedalus is now online over on OG for Natsumi. So again, you know, he's ready to build up to be that big bad carry on the high ground defense, dishing out that damage as the game goes on.
ဟုတ်တယ်ကျွန်တော်လည်းတူပဲကျွန်တော်လည်းချုံလာလို့ပုံမသိတဲ့ຢာတွေတော့6လုံးတယ်ပွဲတွေပါဆို6ပတ်မောင်းနေပါတွဲဘာညာတေကိုဆောင်အကျွမ်းတဲ့ຢာကျွန်တော်မလုပ်ဘူးဗျာမလုပ်ဆိုတာတပွဲချင်းပတ်တာရတဲ့ဟောင်းနဲတယ်လို့ခံစားအမှန်နည်းနည်းလေးနဲ့တပြည့်ပြည့်ချင်းတည်းမှာစူဘူးလို့သွားလို့ရအဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်ကလောဘကြီးကျွန်တော်တို့အဲ့9000ပတ်တဲ့ feeling မကြိုက်ဒါပေမဲ့အမှန်ပြည့်ပြည့်ချင်းနဲ့မှန်မှန်သွား
because if they don't we're going to have some problems.
And it's not a terrible strat. You know, Natsumi as a Sternis Gyro, he can absolutely win these sort of games. He absolutely can. You know, despite the fact that PARIVISION have this lead, it's not going to be necessarily a walk in the park to close this one down.
Russian စောင့်နေတာပဲဗျာ Russian ထွက်မှသူတို့
with the steps they take here to progress.
ဗတဲ့စဆိုင်တော့မှာဒီကြားထဲမှာဗတဲ့သိဆိုင်ဟာဟိုဘာကြီးတုံးလိုက်တာ
Raven's Veil.
Oh, Satanic has got his eyes on Natsumi.
ဟဲ့ဟုတ်တယ်စေတနေကြီးအော်ရော1 strike တယ်ရောအေးဒါပေမဲ့ငှက်ကြီးတဲ့နာအောင်နာနော်တော်တော်သွေးကိုင်းသွား
That is not a good sign for OG. That was your knight in shining armor, your fearless leader who he's now dead.
He's dead. Yeah, nearly a minute without their gyro. Is that enough for PARIVISION to push for the high ground? Do they care about pushing for the high ground? Are they happy to just sort of work towards these next big items?
ခုဒီကောင်လည်းမချဘူး
They may just keep killing them for now.
Russian စောက်တော့ကြာတယ်ဟောလေ Russian ကလည်းခုနကပြောလို့ဂျူပြီးသားနောက် Russian ထပ်ဆောင်တော့အနေတော့များတယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့က
As I say, this kind of keep
ဟို
these
ကင်လဲကင်လာပြီးတော့တက်တင်သွားပြီဗျာအဲ့ဒါကိုမတက်ဘဲနဲ့ဘာလုပ်နေလဲမသိတော့ဘူးနောက် Russian ဆိုရင်35ရေပဲဖြစ်သွား
Solid call. A lot of damage, but not enough to kill off the cast at one time. Tank's fine. He's ready to start jumping in.
ရှုပ်ကုန်ပြီရော
Get off a defensive disruption on himself.
Sando.
DM has the stampede ready to go.
good stalling.
ရောဟော4ယောက်5ယောက်တော့ကြောင်ပြောက်နေတာတဲ့ပါတီကြီးက
He'll be able to destroy the
အဲ့ကောင်တက်တာတစ်လေနေတာကြည့်အောင်
have indeed
ကိုလန်နေလဲပေးလိုက်ရစတမ်ပီလဲသုံးလိုက်ရ
to come back into the game. Next time round though, DM will have further options for the save as the Ags for the Centaur is done.
That is a very big pickup. When OGs are relying on this burst, they've got 2 jumpers who need to kill you in a short amount of time. Suddenly, there's an Ags cart in there. That is not what Seb and No-Tail want to see. I can tell you that.
Let's have a look. And PARIVISION really have sort of played this sort of section of the game very carefully. They're making sure not to make some of the mistakes, because obviously one of the reasons why the last game did start to hurt real bad is because of the mistakes they were making. No one able to solo the Tormentor, secure that shard for DM. At the same time,
he TP'd the base, he's not here.
chắc lấy mì hoài, chắc lấy. Ôi, DM với con yêu cầu à lệ ha. Sit down. Sit down nào, line này nó, Nico line này bi, sit down nào, line này bi, sit down nào kêu vào ha. DM mì vào làm gì, theo đó mì, sit down nào có à bi, đâu ra vào. Nó mà thong ra bi, nó mấy ảo thong nó không có cái biết đại nó đấy ha. Anh em nhá nó, anh em cái nhá nó, cái uy damage xong ăn thoa lại nó. Sao nó lúc còn biết đại nó cháu gì cái biết đại à, chơi hoa ít tiền rồi. Cái hàng nào sao lưới kìa. Đi quay lý là thông mai nè. Rồi trên này à nó, trên này à, cô ấy bắt má AG này, bị cái咩à, rồi nó nãy đúng là AG biểu là, ấy lên lại mà sắp tới tụi tao vào lên mèo, liêu ngay rồi.
Natsumi with a really cool item adjustment. Buys just a casual talisman.
Cho nó cháu rồi, Natsumi đập này vậy thì biết mà phải cháu đấy. Ôi, trên này à, này trên sau là cái đó. Ao này nó cũng ra. Nó có fly nó bị hoài vậy.
And I think by the looks of it, you know, talking about efficiency.
Cái quá phá lỗ lâu rồi, đấy mới được này à. Đi ra cho nó bao giờ lấy cái nhau lại nó cháu à mà nó bà đi lấy cái nhau là lì anh em nhá lì vậy.
Sometimes you open the shop, you click around, and then you just end up with items in your stash.
But don't you hear it go ching?
Yeah, there's so many noises going on.
Maybe he didn't.
It happens. Sometimes you accidentally pick something up, you know. But indeed, the Staff of Wizardry no longer in his hands. He sold that and
just hurt a little bit. You see off the
minus
kill.
500 gold.
Minus 500.
Yep.
Đi chơi mà OG bắt đầu mà toa cả là con là nó mày bro ấy.
It matters.
Cho nó bao giờ mình đi lấy giờ cho 50 cho ai mà OG mà này nó bao giờ lấy cái nhau lại thì chỉ bắt cả hero ya, lao chỉ cháu xem luôn rồi cả. Hôm nay bao giờ hero này mày này phía đây hero ya, tao mua trả lại, hôm bắt cả share đi mua đồ bổ số làm mày cả. Và kêu đi mua đi bắt đầu bây giờ mà máy lọ lại rồi kêu cho ai PY bao giờ hôm bắt cả cắt rồi rồi mà rồi, ấy chắc lấy được không mà gì vậy, chắc lấy tỷ hoài, đấy mới bị mày đúng gì rồi. Sao ra cho mà bé mà đấy mới bị được mồ. Cả thì anh em gì đấy. Anh em đi game nhá này vì đó.
How would you sort of, you know, what's more impressive at the moment? Is it looking at the PARIVISION holding on and sort of setting up the game in a way that PARIVISION haven't really been able to push for anything on the high ground, you know, which is, now who's getting more concerned at this point?
I think PARIVISION should have the game in a better state, genuinely. I think with how difficult it was for OG to fight for so long.
Yeah.
The fact that OG isn't completely out, right? You can see ways back into this game. We saw in the last game fight, it was not that one-sided. Even down 11k, I think is very impressive from OG. And I think for PARIVISION, reason?
He did disconnect. So
yeah,
that's a reason.
That's probably the reason.
That's
yeah.
the reason in itself. Yeah.
They have finished the Shivas. Nico has become a support. Skem is the new core now. Says, step aside, buddy.
Yep.
I played core before, and I'm back to core. I'll show you how it's
done.
Have the tendency to get a lot of farm on his Chen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, to get these auras, so the Vlads, and then into picking up the Crimson for the team.
The Vlads is huge. Vlads, and then plus this Satanic is going to be a very big deal. Satanic has committed for the MKB.
But yeah, Masai no, nothing no. Rushan Toda Masai no.
Less than ideal. Won't have the Satanic now, so if he does get kited and gets low during this initial BKB, Gyro can out-sustain him with the Satanic. That is a fight condition that OG absolutely have.
Yes, super aggressive build, bro.
Yeah.
Deso, Daedalus, MKB.
It is the I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, I mean, it's what I like to see. I love to see this sort of aggression, but it is risky. It is indeed risky.
And it's also like, did he need more damage? Felt like the talisman was too powerful.
Rushan Trophy.
Maybe he comes
Rushan Friday, Rushan man.
As they finish the Satanic now, keeps the Talisman, sells the Falcon Blade, fair enough.
And here we go. OG, not afraid to make a move here out on the map. 11k down, they don't mind. Oh,
Chicken
you gotta be careful with it. You don't want action actually kicks off, otherwise that would be quite unfortunate.
It's weird that it's just him. I don't know if it's a PC problem or what. I'm not an IT guy.
Maybe get those switch out a wire or something out the back of the PC. Something's not working. It's not liking it. Because everyone else, as we can see on OG, is fine. They're still in.
Yeah.
No connection issues from them.
အဲ့ဒါဟိုကောင် fly ထည့်နဆူမီတာနော် fly မထည့်ပဲနဲ့ဒီကောင်
If you're PARIVIsion
စစ်တန်းနဲ့ထည့်လိုက်ရင်လည်းဒီကောင်တော့ဖြတ်လို့မရဘူးဒီကောင် fly ထည့်လိုက်တော့ဟိုက MKB ထည့်လိုက်တယ်အဲ့တော့ဒီကောင်ကတကယ်ခုံပြတ်နိုင်သေးဗျာ
When you look at the
ဟိုတော့ဝမ်းတစ်ခေါက်ကေးထားသေးတာတဲ့
All three lanes, well, not all three. Mid and bottom are pushed in pretty far, and this top lane, no one is currently killing, right? They're all bunched up here on this hill together. And OG, if you run up into this triangle, this fight is most likely going to go horrible for you.
I guess that's the question. Do you think they will? Will they go as far as to do that with the smoke, OG?
I sure hope not. I think it's going to be a complete disaster if they run up this hill. There will be buybacks. You're going to run into this newly purchased blinky light on this hill, and they can kite your BKBs with ease, and then you're going to pay the price after. So I would heavily advise do not run up that hill.
Yeah, just sort of hover on your side and see if it's actually PARIVIsion that first sort of steps out into the river or such.
You can also just ignore this top side entirely. You can control your triangle as I guess they don't know Roche is up right
Why
now.
What happened to good old-fashioned smoke into Roche rather than smoke into getting a kill first? Is he just always way too risky to sort of just go for that play off the back of a smoke, just to brute force the Roshan without kind of setting up?
ဒီလိုရှာရေးကြည့်သွားပြီဒီလိုရှာတာပါရီရရင်နိုင်နိုင်သေးရဲ့ဘူးဒီလိုရှာပါရီမရရင်တော့အနေများသွား
They're quite that desperate
No,
yet.
to just run a
Because if
Roche.
you do it and they find you, you're all dead and the game's over. So it is a very much we get the Aegis cool or the game's instantly over. It's quite the gamble. It's like the game choice equivalent of a rapier. Which hopefully maybe we'll see one of those. Although Natsumi might have some PTSD with the rapier.
It's true, but this could indeed be kind of setting out to be a game where that might be required on the gyro.
It's a good rapier game.
It is.
He's got a Satanic, he's got a Vlad's.
Yep.
The supports die very quickly. Kez is going to man fight him. And there's not that many disables from PARIVIsion.
Heavy discussions going on here.
Yeah, he is straight up giving an essay. So we've got some calming music as well.
Are you good with the lip reading?
Well, he's speaking Russian, so I don't think it would help much.
Well, I thought PARIVIsion chose to speak English though for the comp.
But yeah, but I think that was with Astini. I would assume with Puppy they probably
No, because their whole idea was they spoke English because then they would be less likely to kind of overuse words. Like it would help them lock in on the Dota side of things.
From what I've heard, they switch back and forth.
Okay. Yeah.
Like even while Astini was there was a period where they switched back to Russian, and they switched back to English. I could be wrong.
We can't lip read that. Yeah. I'm not that. Yeah, I kind of barely speak English. So there we go. Back in. Let's see where they go with this. OG.
Okay, they are. It looks like they're gonna. Oh no.
How far do they go for this? They're doing it here. They're going up to the high ground. Ooh, and they will catch the avalanche.
That's all right. Danny, Danny, the what are you?ပါတယ်စစ်တဲ့နှစ်ပါတယ်ဟုတ်တယ်ကန်တော့ပြစ်နေတော့ရှောက်တော့အပေါ်ကြီးပြစ်နေတယ်အပေါ်ကြီးပြထောင်းလာတယ်အော်နှစ်ချက်ပဲခုတ်တယ်ဟာပြီးပြီရောအဲ့ဒါဆိုတော့ရိုရှန်မှာပေးရ
But they did go and do that, Quinn.
That was only gonna go one way. You cannot run up into the triangle
and
like
they had
that.
So much time to think about it with that pause, but they still went and did it, Quinn.
Man, I saw them walking up. I was like, I hope they prove me wrong, and they did not prove me wrong. That just is not going to work. It's never going to work. You can't be running up that hill.
No, that was not the move. Not the move. And yeah, we'll see it again. Always a risk, as you say, trying to make this sort of play. Maybe they underestimated sort of the fact that they were kind of 11k behind in items and such. Didn't maybe expect this axe to come out. as it did from 9 class.
ဟုတ်တယ်မြန်လေးဒီကောင်လေးဘာလုပ်နေလဲပြီကျွန်တော်ကမကရအောင်မကရအောင်ကျွန်တော်
not pay off for OG. Nearly sort of
နိုင်တာပါရီနိုင်မှာအခုက duration ပဲအောင်တော့နေ36ကျွန်တော်43ဗျာ43ဆိုတော့နောက်တော့9မိနစ် bro 41ကတော့အနေအများနေ
Yeah.
Not the time or the place for it.
No, not at all. That is.
ခေါင်းဘာလို့မတက်လဲမသိဘူးဗျာကျွန်တော်တို့ဒုက္ခပေးနေလားပြီနော်ဒီလိုတည်နေတော့စိတ်နေပါရီကရက်ဆက်တယ်
It was 10K
ဟို
to like
ဒုတိယတစ်ခေါက်ရူရှန်ပါလေအလဲတာဝါမာတွေကလေသူတို့နိုင်ရမအောင်
That's a rough one.
ဝါလို့ဆိုင်အခုလဲဗဒင်နိုင်ဝါရဲ့ဘာမှမရသေး
No, not within
Don't
literally a
get.
matter of a minute. And the items after that are going to flurry out for
တကယ်
PARIVISION.
duration ဘလို့မလို့အန်တာနေပါသေးတာအဲ့တော့ဒီကောင်လေးမတက်ဘူးအချိန်လေးဆွဲနေဘူး
And
ဖြစ်
they're getting very close towards Satanic being able to pick up his next one if he'll start working on the Swift Blink or the Satanic. And that high ground push is going to be coming in soon. We'll see if OG fares a little bit better on the defensive, because on the offensive, it did not work out.
I think down 20k in their base, they're way stronger than they are on that hill. Down 10k.
Oh, Yopaj. He tried to get the toss back. Player still getting off the DM. But DM's only going to BKB off, gets the who stomp off onto the two of them. Nico will be able to step forward, get the call on towards DM. Satanic trying to move on to They'll turn back over towards the Tiny instead. They've got the control onto Yopaj, but the heals are coming out. Can they bail Yopaj out of this one? No.
the chop it.
Back in onto Tim's. The buyback will come out from Tim's, but Yopaj is out for a minute and does not have the money for buyback.
အရန်ကြိုးစားနေရ
It
ပြီ
was a good
ဗျာ
attempt. Got a little bit unlucky there.
ခိုင်တော့ဒီပိုင်းတော့တည်တာ
Easy to surmount.
No one straight back in. On towards Natsumi, Satanic coming in as well. Nico's got the call through the Aegis, but Nico dies for his efforts. He has got buyback available on the axe. BKB is popped here by Natsumi.
ဟောပြေးဝင်သွား
Hold back Satanic momentarily. PARIVISION, they're happy to turn their efforts over towards the tier 3 instead. No one trying to get
တော့ပဲ
him
ချိုး
to
ပါ
die.
ဟာတော့ပဲချိုးပါဟာအလူကြီးနာနေဟိုကောင်လားဘာမှတော့သူမလုပ်ပါသေးသူတွေရော
Focus
စိတ်
their
တက်နေက
efforts on towards the objectives. They take the tier 3 down. The racks
တော်
starting
ပြီ
to
လို့
fall.
တော်ပြီ
Natsumi
အလဲလေးပါချိုးပါဟာ
careful how close he
အာ
gets
ထောင်း
to
ထား
the
တယ်ဟုတ်တယ်
iconic jump. No one in
ပြုတ်
DM
ပြီး
on
တာ
top
တော့
of
ပဲ
him. Disruption will come out. They didn't quite finish the melee racks here. So OG might just be able to keep the melee racks alive. The golem will not finish it off. The melee racks will
ကြောက်နေ
survive.
တယ်ဒီကောင်လေးဟမ်
Deny it.
No, don't deny it. Don't do that. It's got regen. 5 regen. You know, you can't forget that. You give it like 2 hours and it'll be full HP.
It's not 2 hours. Wait, so
Well, do the maths.
yeah, I'm running it.
5 HP, 2200. So 2200 divided by 5. That's easy. That's 440. So it takes 440 seconds. How many minutes is that?
That is what?
7 minutes and 20 seconds. Good maths, Quinn. Don't worry, you'll catch up one day.
I'm American. You can't blame me. It's in my blood. And a mass little W.
Which actually, it's not that bad. So honestly, you know,
ဒီ
when
ကောင်
you
က
keep
ပြီ
racks
ကိုက
alive
ပါ
like
ရောချင်
that,
ကောင်ကဗျာ
you know, look, realistically, when's the next push
43
going to come in?
43
Probably
ဆို
not
တော့
for
လောက်
at
ပါ
least
အား
a
လိုက်ပါ
couple
တော့
minutes.
43
Gonna get decent amount of
39
HP
40
back.
41 42
We might
4
even
4
either
4မိနစ်ဗျာ 4 မိနစ်အတွင်းမှာ
before they push again.
That is true.
တပတ်တည်းဆိုင်လိုက်
Remember, kids, don't deny your
ဒီ
melee.
ခါရဲအန်လိုက်ဟိုဘက်ဘိုင်မက်မရှိ H အရင်တေးသွားရင်တော့ပြီးပါပြီဘိုင်မက်မရှိဘူးဆိုတော့ဟိုဘက်အရင်ဝင်မဲ့ကောင်မရှိတော့
Gotta keep those melee racks alive. I still hope for them yet.
မဆောက်တော့မဆောက်တော့နောက်အားရတော့မဆောက်တော့ဟိုမှာ point တွေတော့ပြရ
He's close as well. He's close. About 1,000 gold away from that divine rapier. Natsumi, he's ready to do what he can to try and bring back this game
divine
against the
support တော့ကြိုးစားနေပြီပွဲကြီး
27,000 gold lead that PARIVISION have.
What he can might not be enough. He might need to do what he
အားရ
can.
လေအမှန်တိုင်းမှာပူစီပါဗျာအဲ့လောက်ကြီးရှာကြီးအောင်စောက်စရာမလိုဘူးတကယ်ပြီးရင်ဒီပွဲကြီးက
He's gonna need to pull
35လောက်တည်းပြီး
not
နေတဲ့
just
ပွဲ
one rabbit out the hat, but an entire. What are they? What's a rabbit's house called? Are they like dens?
လောက်ပါလောက်ပါတပ်ပါတိုင်းဘာမှရူညာစောက်မနေ night clash ရှိတော့ရှိရယ်
In the wild, a burrow.
A burrow? He's gonna need to pull an entire burrow out of the hat.
Yo, I see. Well, the burrows where they live, but indeed, there's probably a word for like a group
Yeah,
of
a
rabbits.
squad, because there's like a murder of crows.
Yeah, indeed, all these animals have like a different name
Yeah,
for
they've got
groups. I don't know.
A
Is it just
hullabaloo of
herd?
mice.
Is it a herd of rabbits? I don't know.
No, it's a herd of cows.
But a burrow of
Cattle.
rabbits makes sense because you get a lot of rabbits in a burrow.
I mean, I think
You
that
can
that
go
small
would
way like me.
work.
Yeah.
If we said it confidently, people would just
ဒီသက်
believe
တက်ကတော့မရတော့ဘူး bro ကိုယ့်အတွက်ကိုယ့်ရဲ့
30K.
ပါရီဝင်းနဲ့ဟိုဟာပဲစောက်ကြည့်ရတော့
PARIVISION holding on in a very impressive way here with this amount of lead. And that's the thing, right? They might be ahead, but they've got to remember that they are still holding on in the sense that if this game is a loss, they're out of the tournament. So they are going to be making sure that these final minutes potentially are going to be some of the safest minutes they've ever played. No mistakes are going to be made. They'll continue to just get this next round of items, which I'd imagine they want to do so. There's 5,500 gold coming up on Kez for Satanic. So don't make any mistakes. The win is very much in their sights here at a 31,000 gold lead. And the Rapier should be there. 50 gold away for Natsumi. So they will have that on the defense.
Better hurry up.
The push is coming. He's going to get it. So the Rapier is online.
He's got Undispellable Haze on Slardar now. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, that really is.
This Kez is going to shred him to bits.
Let's have a look. Is this going to be some crazy comeback around the Gyro Rapier, or is it going to be a quick death into GG?
တန်းဖြတ်လိုက်ပါလားကွာအဲ့ကောင်ယူတန်းဖြတ်လိုက်ပါတန်းဖြတ်လိုက်ပါလားပြတ်တော့တယ်ဟုတ်ပါဝင်လိုက်ပါလုံးဝဂိုင်းအောင်ဝင်လိုက်ပါဂိုင်းဝင်ဖြတ်ပါဂိုင်းဖြတ်တေးရပြီ nice ဂိုင်းတေးသွားပြီဒါပဲဂိုင်းတေးသွားပြီ GG ကွက်တီရေ oh my godကိုသေးတော့ဟေး
They close it up. We're getting a game 3.
Worth a shot, but
bro cancel ရ bro ကျွန်တော်တော့မလိုက်လိုက်ဘူး
and OG, you might need to change something for the game 3 draft. Is running it back from game 1 to 2 did not do any favors. That was a completely different look to be
PARIVISION, excellent adaptation to still the OG players.
25 ရောက်သွားဆလာလာ25ရောက်သွားတော့ဒီ armor shot တော့ display လို့မရတော့သိရ
The turnaround from
အရင်ကကြတော့သူတို့ဒီ armor shot တော့ဗျာရှောင်လို့ရသေး BKB ကြီးလည်းရှောင်လို့ရတယ်ပြီးသွားရင်တော့ဟို shot နဲ့လည်းဖြတ်ပေးလို့ရတယ်ဗျာ25ရောက်သွားတော့
phenomenal time
ရင်းရလား okay
solid stuff for no one. We saw last game right on the Ember Spirit started to have
okay လူကြရင်ပြန်ဆုံးသွားပါဗျာတော်တော်လေးရင်ခုန်လိုက်ရ
This game doesn't die at all. 4-0-13 from the mid lane, a 9 class. He did impress us in game 1 with his Coddle, but he came back and he was like, no, I'm going to show them what you can do here with the Coddle support, and it worked out. Those last few fights with the Aghanims, it was that extra sort of factor that OG couldn't really deal with.
No, I think everybody on PARIVISION really stepped up this game. All 5 players, a considerably better performance, a better draft. On to game 3.
Absolutely. We're all going to get to see some more Dota here today, which we're all going to be big fans of. Can't wait for game 3, the deciding game here between PARIVISION and OG. It's 1-1 right now.
And a night and day.
Hero kill and
This one seemed basically polar opposite. PARIVISION were in control the entire time of this game. Initially, I'd say I was a little bit skeptical. I saw Nico getting a handful of dunks on the axe, and I'm like, why'd you let it go through? PARIVISION knew all right, and they knew they did not need to be worried about it. Was more than a solution to take care of OG in this game number 2.
But it wasn't just the Kez. There's also like a billion heals behind him. And there was also the fact that OG didn't have that much damage outside of Blade Mail, Axe, and Gyro. Like, Tiny does good disable, he repositions heroes, he has some burst, but he doesn't quite like blast heroes in the same way. You need either a lot of lockdown or a lot of damage to kill Kez.
Yeah, like even with the insane starting, game that Nico had in this game, look at his net worth here in this clip. He's like 3rd from the bottom, which is really not where you want to be. I understand that this hero is still good and it's still playable, but I do really think that in the next couple games we see, you have like a lot of heals and auras that will battle each other, and then you either have to out-regen the other team, or you need to have a hero where you eventually get to cut through. I think Pari did that quite well in this game with like the Slardar Kez. Like, they don't run out of damage. If they get to live, they will eventually kill you. So like when it comes to me for like the next game, I'm looking at like more heals, maybe heroes like Doom that can go up. Ursa as well. I think Ursa is very good against the auras because he will eventually cut through.
So,
yeah, I agree.
More heals and anti-heals.
Yeah.
I think so. Or heroes that are taking advantage of the fact that there's like going to be a bunch of heals coming out. I mean, it all stems from Holy Locket being clearly very broken right now with the way that it's amplifying heals as well as how much it's healing because it has 5 more charges. So like hyper carries definitely seem like they're going to be very strong in this patch. Like heroes who otherwise, these like squishy glass cannons that you're making into like not glass cannons essentially. I mean, it's interesting. It makes me beg the question of like, is there going to be a letter patch that comes out and fixes this? Maybe I'm like looking into this too soon because
No, I think you're onto something. I mean, I have a clip actually because I want to show some of the itemization that you're talking about with the Holy Locket. I have never seen this in Dota yet. Well, we're going to show the different clip first because this is Kez. You know, Satanic on this hero, he's very, very good. Like, he's not just top net worth, but like just having like this freedom and understanding, you know, you can go invis, you can find, like, you just having the read on the map, like where you can go to get this kill, because this was quite a crucial moment. Yeah, you are up, but just like having this Aegis, you still have 2 minutes left, killing the enemy carry, like the entire like map just kind of got shut down. But then the other clip that I did want to show, Cenk, is what you talked about with the double Holy Locket. I haven't seen this before. Like, how can you like lock it on your 5 and your 4? Like within the same draft, so just amplifying the guys in front of you. And I really do think like this mech with a Holy Locket and just some stuff with your bros that go in, it's gonna be the name of the game for the rest of this tournament. Maybe even the entire patch if nothing changes. And I'm sure the teams, they understand this, so they need to be talking about the right things right now.
It seems like a bit much, you know? Like, I wonder if we're going to have a lot of these like really quick games coming out then, because one team gets overwhelming heal and overwhelming damage, and then it's just like a numbers game where the other team like virtually cannot do enough damage to kill them, and then they're also drafting with some sort of hyper carry, so the team that has the lockets can also push objectives and close out the game. I mean, it's interesting because it's been a very long time since we've seen a pure healing meta.
Yeah, it's been
like
a
that.
while.
And so then on paper, the solutions that we should hypothetically be seeing trending as the pendulum swings back to solve these, the AAs
Ancient
and the
Apparition,
Dooms,
yeah, for sure.
more vessels, I imagine.
Yep, definitely.
Some jitty pollen bags,
Potentially.
Maybe more AC or Shiva's rushes.
Shiva's rushes, Drow Ranger, hypothermia,
Abaddon in
Abaddon, innate. These, I do feel like we are seeing the prominence of the healing, but not so much the prominence of the anti-healing as much.
Yeah, and I think it will start to come out. And at the same time, when healing, like in like mass team fighting, like deathballing becomes strong, the blink stunners usually fall off because, well, you blink stun a guy, sudden it's like you're initiating for the enemy team because they just want to be as a ball. They want you to go there. You pop a Pavis, you pop a pipe, whatever it is. So I do think we will see less of those, or at least have them be less prominent. And I did like the switch up that Pari went for in this series. They did ban out the Primal Beast. Nico is incredibly good at it. And they put the Slaughter in the mid lane, which then still allows you to get the teamfight and the Aura guy from the offline. So I do think Pari's switch up was very good in this game.
Do OG have to abandon the gyro at this point? Has it been solved? Because they were given free reign. You can have it again. I'm not worried. They showed that PARIVISION showed that they have a solution for it. Do you go back to relying on it as OG? Because the Wind Ranger is almost guaranteed going to get banned out again. So now if Wind Ranger and Gyro are off the menu for Natsume, what's plan C?
Maybe don't let the Slardar through, because Gyro does kind of lose to single target damage. So like pairing a Kez with Slardar means that he can definitely beat that matchup without any worries. And also amplified damage is usually counter to heal, actually, because rather than say like, okay, we'll just add more damage like a Quap or something, you say, well, I'm gonna have a hero that increases my whole team's damage by 40%, and that's gonna be more valuable than just increasing your damage by like 1/4 with another damage hero. So somebody like Slardar, who can both tempo the game and ensure good carry to carry matchups, if you like remotely draft okay, could also be another solution.
It looked insane with the Kez, I will say that.
Yeah.
That seems like a very good combo. Kind of like the Pango Slardar that people were doing, where you have an early game tempo hero to play around the Slardar amp that is doing all physical damage, but not just like a traditional right-click carry physical damage. It's like Kez has spells and debuffs and non-traditional carry things that are dealing physical damage that let you like abuse it in the early game. Whereas if you have, I don't know, Juggernaut Slardar or whatever, it's like this is more of a late game thing, I guess, like with other carries. Whereas with Kez, it's like Kez shows up to the lane, Slardar presses R, Kez full to zeros a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Kez and Ursa to me are like a little bit different in terms of, I think they're carries that don't really run out of damage, and I think that seems very good right now with like what teams are playing. And like I have to say that the teams, they're playing this like back to back. You're playing into like this massive Aura 5-man where you can tell that the enemy team is super strong. So it's absolutely the only things that they're talking about right now as well. Like during this mini break, that they do have. So I really expect like some pretty big shift when it comes to the heroes that we'll see in like this upcoming game.
We'll also take a little mini break of ourselves because we've got puzzles to solve and games to watch. Stick around, everyone, and we'll be back with game number 3 of OG versus PARIVISION.
The Night of Fire. The night that Hoodwink lost everything, forced to escape into a corrupted forest, forced to fight treacherous beasts for her own survival, all because of the bottomless greed of others. Now, a life-seeking revenge is all that awaits her. But why? How did this come to be? Find out in Tales from the Lorekeeper, Episode 3, brought to you by DHL.
About bloody time.
So warm and dry. Wrap you up with love, ribbon round your heart. Only gift I need is you, yeah. Celebrate this time, mistletoe and wine. Wishes me but yeah, baby. The only thing I so warm and dry. Wrap you up with love, ribbon round your heart. Only gift I need is you, yeah. Celebrate this time, mistletoe and wine. Wishes me but yeah, baby.
Our love was a chance encounter, a glance across the street, fleeting moments, two strangers meeting that swept me off my feet. Golden leaves under an autumn sun, you talked about the movies and how your life begun. Our lives weave together through all kind of weather, and our hearts grew strong. Our love was a chance encounter, a glance across the street, Fleeting moments, two strangers meeting that swept me off my feet. The buzz of traffic, the bright city lights. You talked about marriage and who you'd invite. We talked for hours and I brought you flowers and our hearts grew strong. How can something so special being mere happenstance? Was it destiny calling, or just like
Haters, step back! DJ, spin that. DJ Willie D's in the building!
Rome, where the Colosseum roam, and the Grand Museum roam. Love is everywhere, so meet me up there at St. Peter's Square in Rome. On the 7 hills that's Rome, the Italian thrills, 'cause love is alive when you're roaming in Rome. Rome, where the Tiber flows, yeah, Rome. Michelangelo's in Rome, the eternal town of ermine and satin and all things Latin. Rome, like a symphony, is home to the bourgeoisie who put the Roman romantic at Rome. It all burned down as Nero just fiddled around. But right here,
More glasses. Who had glasses on your team, Kazu?
Here's a glass.
You got
I think
glasses.
a guy called MacDonald. No, actually, dude, I don't-
MacDonald?
Yeah. So we had if it's the picture that I think it is,
Yeah.
it's Insania, Zai, me, Les QQ, and MacDonald.
Dude, McDonald's may be one of the best gamer names I've ever
Yeah,
heard.
I know that definitely Zai had glasses, quite chunky ones. I
Oh,
think.
yes.
I couldn't really tell you who had the second ones at that time.
What was McDonald a mid player?
He was he our? I think he was our mid. He was not that great.
What? No way.
Now he had a goat name, but he was not. Les QQ, this guy, he's a goat.
Oh,
if he's
yeah?
ever watching this, my boy Jamal, this guy, he was cooking.
Yeah, but not MacDonald. If he's watching, he can go fuck himself.
R.I.P. McDonald's. And R.I.P. to Slark, Viper, Slardar, and Timbersaw, because we get into the draft for a game number 3, the decider, the eliminator between both these teams, as we are in the lower bracket. Those teams get those heroes get banned out by OG, and PARIVISION take out yet again the Natsumi Wind Ranger, Primal Beast, DK, Mars, and Axe actually gets banned out this time. So Nico can't get his hands on it, but they are still dangling the gyrocopter. You can have it if you want.
Yeah.
I won't object.
Well, I still think like other heroes that I would very likely would want to see for the teams, or heroes that they should be thinking about, like all the, you know, the centaurs, the tide hunters. And if you are looking at one of those, teams also need to respect the Ursa, whether it's with a pick or ban. Same with the warlock. I think this hero has looked amazing. I guess for Pari that isn't really an option anymore, since they did go for the twin-headed dragon man on the +5.
You can 4-5 the Jakiro
True.
Warlock, maybe.
True.
But it's a question of, does 9 class want to play the Jakiro? I feel like if you give him the weird, freaky heroes, he'll take those.
Yeah, I feel like my bro wants something different. He wants to play the Coddle.
Coddle's been working quite well for them. It'll be 3 games back-to-back, though, if they do go back for it. And Enigma gets banned out.
It's,
You're playing against DM?
Yeah, DM uses it.
Yeah.
He's good. He's got a good Enigma.
I think it's almost certainly indicating something that they want to pick.
There's
Like, yeah, it's definitely about something. Like, it's
Lane.
not just some random Enigma guy.
All right, it's gonna be a carry that doesn't have good AoE. Because if they were gonna pick Gyrocopter, they're not gonna ban Enigma ever.
definitely true. Yeah.
So they're switching up their carry on OG side for sure. Or maybe they're trying to pretend that they're not switching up their.
I learned from my boy Kezu that that's never how it
yeah.
is.
Bluff bans don't exist. I like to think that they do.
Yeah, like it's too like metagaming. Like what you want to do if you can think that far ahead.
Is it they want Ursa? They're
Maybe.
baiting the Kez and they want to get Ursa or something like
because
that?
I think like OG in this phase, if you can think that far ahead, you need to protect the next two picks that they have coming out, like the 16, 17. So you're like, okay, we're picking this guy. They probably want this. Now I'm countering this with that, and I don't want them to have the counter to what I'm countering them with.
Oh yeah, I'm happy. I'm always so happy to see this. Monkey King position 4. Every single time 9 class plays it too, at least lately, he has played it differently. He will go for Yules, he will go for Spirit Vessel. Obviously there was the Dawn build before. I personally believe Meteor Hammer is not bad if they don't have good ways of cutting you off the trees. There's a lot of tech. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a Holy Locket, sit in the trees and lock it as lock his team. But I'm curious how he plays it, because you can also so they do go for the Ursa.
Yeah.
That's a crazy like far in advance ban to ban the Enigma to that you certainly think you're gonna get Ursa, potentially to counter a Kez that Paravision just beat you with. It's like thinking so many levels in advance from OG.
I do think it's very cool because a lot of the offlaners that I would want to see, like all the Aura guys, they're mostly the melee bros when it comes to the offlane. So if you're PARIVISION, you need to kind of like look for an in-between, because it's not easy to play those heroes into the Ursa. Also, the Centaur is gone.
I think because they have Monkey, they can kind of get whatever they want, because
they can.
This hero is gonna cut the lane regardless. You're playing against Warlock, you're gonna cut the lane because of that. You're playing against Ursa, Warlock, like that's a very hard to beat lane. Like all the cards right now are saying, cut the lane, guys. So okay, they go for their mid laner instead.
I mean, I do like this. I feel like already when all the Dominators came out, I liked Invoker coming out more and more, because it's a lot of the times like the offlaners that pressure this hero. But if offlaners just build items like for themselves or for their team, they're not really pressuring you. And that's what Invoker doesn't like to play into at the start. And he has a bazillion damage on this hero.
They've got lots of stuns as well to set up good control. Even if it's like, it's gonna make like Monkey ulti a lot easier too, because you can do like tornadoes into like Monkey ulti into stun. There's like little setup combos like that. Ice Path to layer as well. So it should make everything just flow a little bit better.
Now I'm thinking, if you're OG, you probably want to ban Tidehunter, just because. Oh, that's a good ban actually. Lycan plus Kaz sounds like a pretty crazy combo. I'm just thinking, Invoker comes out. Do you really want to leave in like a good Cataclysm combo in the off lane? You know they're gonna cut the lane anyway, so I understand Ursa versus Tide is pretty good for Ursa in lane.
Yeah.
But in the game, it's just whatever.
You guys think when they cut off puzzle pieces, do they have to use a really sharp knife?
Yeah, it's one dude. These are
Just one guy.
handcrafted puzzle pieces.
Artisan puzzles.
Artisan puzzles. Get it off Etsy.
I mean, what else is there?
Let's check out.
The offlane pool is getting extremely slim.
Yeah.
You know what I would love to see? Just in general, and I could see DM pulling it out.
Yeah.
Brewmaster.
I was thinking the same.
I think Brew is a good hero. You're kind of playing less around the split, I guess. The split's good too, because you're getting brewed up on all the
more about the split now.
on all the
It's
brew
good in
lanes.
this game for sure.
You're like a right clicker, and then when you split, your pandas are also right clickers.
I feel like Kez can destroy your brews though. No, he's got a
Well,
lot of
I'm
AoE.
thinking for Paravision.
Oh, okay, my bad.
They have a lot of time.
Looks good then.
But I do like it, because against Ursa, I think you want like some in between. Like that's why I also like the Night Stalker ban. That's what Extreme Gaming did yesterday.
That's a good ban, yeah.
Like when it's hard to like find, like the cookie cutter, like one line heroes, you want something that does like a little bit more. You're like creative, you can give the team fight without getting owned by the Ursa. You don't have to like full commit on the auras. Is there something else that looks cool? I mean, it is a lane with the monkey, but you know that they're gonna split the lane. Like Pari don't really lane straight up about ever.
Yeah.
I don't like Doom because there's a centaur.
This Night Soccer man was so good.
Lycan would have been nasty as well against these two supports that have no stuns. Like, you just run them down with the wolves. I don't think Beast is the same because you're playing into status resist and saves, and it's not so much about the summons.
Yeah, I mean, I like Brew because it gives you stuff to play through. Like, you also know that OG make moves. Like, I don't want something that just like sits in his lane and does nothing. Like, don't let OG like have all the free moves. So it would be cool if you're a hero. Sure, you're not gonna win your lane, but that's, you know, basic.
They're never winning the lane right now anyway.
Has he played the new one though enough?
Yeah, it is a bit different.
The changes read a little moderate, like where to you need to play it like once or twice to feel comfortable picking it.
It is. Oh wow, that's a age-old. Well, you know, the thing is, you say into Ursa, but I've seen this exact thing where PARIVISION picks it into Ursa.
Yeah.
And on one hand, Ursa counters it in the game because you can kill the egg, but it shits on Ursa in the lane.
It does.
Now, my question is, you're shitting on Ursa in lane who has a Warlock backing him up. Is that even possible to do? Is it even possible to beat a Warlock plus Ursa lane?
I guess you can if the lane is always pushed and you have a lot of room to chase, you can, but I feel like Warlock Ursa should be pretty chill in that lane. Okay, so they go for the Lash.
How much lane cuttery is going to be happening between this Monkey King and Phoenix against a Ursa Warlock?
I think first couple of waves, but you can play the lane after, like, Monkey gets level 2, Phoenix gets level 2, level 3.
Like, level 2 spirits, you can definitely play this lane. I guess OG are just going for, like, the very heavy, like, committal at, like, mid-game that you jump in. I wouldn't say that Lash is very good against Phoenix. Like, anything that makes it hard for you to, like, run in and stand there. And Phoenix is very good at that. He can stop you. You have the Sunray, you have the Egg later on. But I will say it's not the easiest Phoenix game when it comes to the mid game. Both Stampede and Ursa are quite good against you.
Yeah, it's gonna be easier for them to disengage from a bad egg or that looks dangerous, or jump in and kill it aggressively if they really want to.
But I guess there's not that much catch for the Invoker. Like, if no one can play around like the Centaur Blink that eventually comes out and like the earlier stages of Natsumi's Blink, maybe he can be fine.
But they do have tons of defensive capabilities on the OG side.
They
between
do.
Shadow Demon and like Warlock backing people up. So if they can like bait out a bad egg, disengage, re-engage again, they might have a really good shot at winning fights.
I think I trust DM to call for a good Phoenix game. Despite being against the Ursa, I feel like he saw something in this game that we didn't, and I would trust that. He's the best Phoenix player in the world.
Is Locket Phoenix a thing that I need to?
It could be. But you want Fire Spirits, you could buy it later. It seems like Locket anything.
Maybe Shiva's Rush is the thing that he's going to do.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Some Yule Shiva maybe against the Ursa.
Yeah, Yule's is good for sure as well.
All right.
Shiva maybe against the Ursa.
Yeah, Yule's is good for sure as well.
All right, it's time for an elimination game. A loser is going to be eliminated from DreamLeague Season 27, and winner gets a date with Extreme Gaming. Let's find out which team it's going to be with our casters. It's OD Pixel and Quinn.
Coming into the PARIVISION side of the map with this smoke to maybe look for some early action. They're going to have to set up here with the disruption. OG will almost certainly be first blood. Are they able to give it to Yopatch? Not quite, but they'll still be happy with that as a team. First blood here for Tims, as OG are able to find that action. Game 3, and I'm looking forward to this one, Quinn. I do feel that both teams, they're giving us something different compared to what they've both been showing us so far this series. You know, we saw Game 2 what happened from OG's side of things when they tried to run back something similar. They changed it up, and over on the other side, PARIVISION, they changed it up as well.
They really are. This is very classic PARIVISION style. The weird four, the DM on the offlane Phoenix. They've got very little draft integrity on the PARIVISION side. It's a lot of the skirmishing, sort of weirdness, the getting farm, the kiting, whereas OG, their draft makes a lot more sense together. It's just, have they been counterpicked by PARIVISION? That's the big question.
Easy. Yes, there with the Sunstrike. And yeah, eyes on actually top lane, because Natsumi taking quite the hit here from these two. He'll be fine with the Shadow Word. But as we're already seeing, signs of pressure will certainly be on to him between these two. We'll see how much the DM Phoenix can do to slow down the Ursa in the laning phase. But some of these matchups, because you were talking to me about this, right? The mid lane. What did you sort of think about the Lesh coming in?
I mean, Invoker's typically considered a counter to the Lesh. I'm a bit surprised they picked the Lesh into it. It's not the best Lesh game ever. It is good with Shadow Demon, and it can be pretty good with Warlock too. You get this magic damage bro who goes in, uses the heals, who can use the Disseminate, but it's not good against Invoker. It's not good against Phoenix. It's like it's a weird pick. I'm not totally sold on it. The lane should be fine. He's 4 and 3 against the 8 and 1, so roughly even. He's got 3 creeps coming under tower that he'll probably get, but definitely not some free Lesh game. And the hero's Misanthropy facet has also been nerfed, so it's not the same Mega Burst Boy it was before. Not totally sold on this pick.
So when you look at the overall lineups, do you have a bit more faith in one of them coming into this game 3?
I think if OG can get out of lanes in a reasonable state, I think their draft is better together. But right now they're getting really smacked bottom. And Centaur, being a part of the game early on, is a big part of their draft. They gave the accursed Jakiro hero, everyone knows, the most broken laner. They opted to ban the Slaughter instead, and they also keep banning this Viper. So giving this hero, and it looks like their offlane is paying the price so far.
For sure, and of course, one of the similarities of PARIVISION's lineup from game 2, we are getting Satanic on the Kez again. Had a fantastic time in that second game. So if they're able to set him up for this free start in the lane, he is going to be warmed up and ready to go for round 2 with the Kez. As you can see on the CS, pretty much perfect stuff here from
Hello, my baby. Sorry.
Of this Dakalis Jakiro.
Yeah, and you know, we didn't really touch on it too much, but 9 class
My baby, sorry about that.
Super annoying Monkey King. The Slark is banned, and he says, you know what?
Party jade, bro.ပြောမလို့အကြံတူရ party ကောင်းတယ် bro ချအခုမှဆိုတော့အော်ရမကောင်းတော့စတင်ထွက်တဲ့ party ဆိုတော့ကောင်းတယ်
And how good does it look this game? Like, can the Monkey King, does it have potential to be quite annoying for some of these heroes on OG?
Yeah, I think he's definitely got some places he can gank, especially if the state
ခုန
lane is
ကျွန်
going
တော်မ
slow.
ဟုတ်တော့ဝယ်
He
တာ
can be there and gank.
နည်းကြာ
He
သွား
can help his Phoenix in the lane and ensure that DM has a good start.
ဟောတော့ခဏနေဆိုင်နေကပိတ်တော့မှာညာဘက်ဆိုလေ
And the game
Like,
before OG
fight
was
it,
the ones
oh,
using the
now
gate.
where do I-
Collis,
really
he's
feel?
probably going to be the one with the freedom to gate this game, as there's no way this Kaz is going to get pressured.
No, for sure, yes. Satanic definitely having the setup already to be able to hold his own down here. Nico, relatively low. Definitely has to be careful on these early levels. Mid CS, 18 and 4 against the 16 and 7. Very close between the two of them.
ကောင်းပါရဲ့ party လည်းကောင်းတယ် bro ချကျွန်တော်လည်းအကြံတူပဲဘာလို့ကျွန်တော် drug ကတော့ OG ကြိုက်တယ်ဗျာသို့တော့ so အားနဲ့ဒီ map rotation ဘာညာမှာကျတော့ party ကိုမမီဘူးပြသေးတာအဲ့ဒါကြောင့်ကျွန်တော်ကတော့ party ရွေးလိုက်တယ်ဗျာသေးတာ
Imbalance. He wants
drug ကြီးပဲကြည့်မယ်ဆိုတော့ party drug ကမိုက်ဟိုက OG drug ကမိုက်တယ်ဒါပေမဲ့
Because in a static
အဲ့ drug ကိုသူတို့ပုံဖော်ပြီးစော့နိုင်ဖို့အတွက်
I think can be
နည်းနည်း
difficult
နှောက်ရှက်မဲ့
for
9
OG
ကလပ်တကောင်ပါဗျာအဲ့ဒါကြောင့်
to fight
နောက်က
in
တည်းက
this
မှ
early
လိုက်
game.
ရှောက်နှောက်နေ
Great
မှာဗျာ
spells
ဖရှင်တွေပေါ်
from
ဟိုလို့
PARIVISION
ဒီရလို့
heroes.
တော့ Phoenix က off lane ဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ဗျာ damage ထွက်တယ်ဗျာ
Very early, and your Centaur's having a terrible lane.
Just getting completely zoned. Sunstrike comes in, and with the Echo Slash from Satanic, they'll be able to take him out. So, yeah, definitely, as you say, sort of doing what OG was doing against them in some of the other games, coming in with these early moves. This time around, is PARIVISION making these plays. 9 class heading down there and ensuring that this bottom lane goes.
ဒီရတော့မချဘူးဗျာငါးတန်ကောလက်ဖေးတုံးလေးဝယ်ရေတွေနဲ့ပြောထား
Tims to run, does get clipped by the boundless.
တော့တင် soundstrike ဟုတ်တယ်ဟို soundstrike တွေကထိလိုက်လား
It's a lot of damage.
ဟုတ်တယ်ကျွန်တော်အဲ့လိုဗျာဒီ party က party ကိုကျွန်တော်ကြိုက်တဲ့အကြောင်းရအဲ့လိုသူတို့က
Very much
ဟိုပုံမှန်မဟုတ်တဲ့ map control တွေအရန်ဆော့ရဗျာတိလားဘူးမှမလုပ် လုပ်တဲ့အရာတွေသူတို့စောင်းအောင်လုပ်တယ်ဗျာ risk ယူတယ်ဗျာသိလားခုနကဆိုအခုဆိုကြည့်ဗျာအောက်ကို3ယောက်ထိန်းတာရဲ့အလဲကိုအဲ့လို2ယောက်ကြီးလာတာရဲ့အဲ့လိုပုံမှန်မဟုတ်တဲ့ဟာတွေဗျာအဲ့တော့ coach နဲ့တင်ပြီး
super far. Just be really careful.
We'll head the safe way back.
လိုက်မောင်းတအုပ်ကြီးလိုက်မောင်းတယ်ကြော
Multiple TPs in fact
အော်
coming in
TP
here
တွေ
from
အကုန်လုံး
OG.
ကြလာရဲ့ဒီဘက် left shot ဘာညာကတ်မှာလားကတ်လို့ကမရဘူးဗျာ Jackie တို့နဲ့ဆိုနားနာရဲ့ဘောလုံး strike တော့ဟိုပြန်တော့ hero ဟီးပေးတာဆိုမဲ့3 vs 3ရဘယ်သူမှအဲ့လိုကြီးတက်လို့မရဘူးဗျာနှစ်ဖက်လုံးက
One bright spot for OG is that Asumi is doing
Oh,
very
dear,
well
bro.
up top, up 800 net worth on Phoenix, and Phoenix is not a hero that plays particularly well from
ကျွန်တော်အမှန်တကယ် duration အန်တာလည်းထပ်ကြိုက်တယ်ဒီကောင်တွေကအဲ့ပါရီကအားတာချက်ကလေသူတို့ကတာရင်ဗျာအရင်မစိန်ဘူးသိလားသူတို့ကလိုက်ချတဲ့အချင်းရှိရဗျာသိလား
Nine class tries to use the boundless to hold back Yopaj, but some good body blocks come into play. Tims and Scam able to ensure that 9 class is off the map for a little bit.
Nico continuing
သူတို့ကကျွန်တော်2ယောက်တည်းရှိရတယ်တူရနော်
punish down here. Only 11 CS at 6 minutes.
လူတော်အေးပေါ့ကျွန်တော်ပြလူမှမသိတာကျွန်တော်ဘာမှလည်းမကြော်ညာတာဘာမှလည်းမပြောဒီတိုင်းထားပြတာဆိုတော့
They are giving him
even
even
more
more
လည်း
taste
ယူ
of
က
the
လည်း
experiences
အခုမှပွင့်တာ
that, Nico was having to go through. No, sorry, Nico. DM was having to go through right in the other 2 games where we very much saw DM being the one.
အဲ့ကိုတက်တွေကိုတခြားလေး view site တဲ့လူရတော့နော် easy money တော့ရအောင်ဟုတ်တယ်ပါ
Actually sort of turning, standing his ground, trying to fight back.
ကျွန်တော်ကပင်ရမယ်ဗျသူများပြောတဲ့တက်တွေကတော့မှန်
DM healing up will survive the tower hit. So 9 class, they might have been able to kill him whilst he was around over in their triangle, but as soon as he's back on the map, he's straight back to making plays.
And DM is going to be 6 soon. That means this top lane is going to get really scary. Jakiro's gating, and Ursa cannot inhabit this area anymore. Lesh is TP. He can do one from base, but it's not that strong of a TP. Phoenix is pretty much
ပုံမှန်တော့ pressure အောင်ပေးနေပဲဒီကောင်တွေသူကလည်းအလုပ်တော်လောက်တာဗျာအရနိုင်ခြင်းနေရလားပုံစံကြီးကြည့်အောင်ပုံမှန်ဗျာဒီကတ်တပုတ်လိမ့်မှာ pressure ပေးတာရှားတယ်ဘာစနဲ့နဲတယ်ဗျာအခုအာဆာလိမ့်အကန့်ကြီးကို pressure လာပေးတာသိရမှာတယောက်တည်းရသူတို့လူပဲခေါ်တာဒီကောင်နှစ်ကောင်ဘလို့စော့နေကြ Together we have အကွက်လုံးနေတယ် rap မှာအကွက်လို့လာညီလေးနဲ့ကိုကြီးတွားမယ်ဆိုတဲ့အကွက်လို့ဟမ်နှစ်ယောက်ဒူးရဲတွားနေပုံနဲ့ဟိုနဲ့ fight နေကိုလည်းကြည့်ပါဦးညီလေးကိုကြီးတွေ့
Somehow OG is
အခု3ယောက်ပြောတယ်တယောက်မသိတယောက်ဘာသူလဲမသိဘူး bro ရဲ့ကျွန်တော်နောက်တယောက်ဘာသူလဲမသိနောက်တယောက်ကစကားမပြောတော့မသိဘူးဘာသူလဲဆိုတာ
Leshrac is keeping up with Invoker for the most part.
Borrow strike အဲ့မှာ Sun strike ဟိုကိုကိုမိုလေး expert လေးနဲ့မြုပ်လိုက်ပြီးဆိုထွက်လာရင်သိပါမလားဒါပြီးစေတန်းနဲ့ဟုတ်တယ်ကတိုးလေး strike တာမနာတမ်းပဲနော်မနာတမ်းပဲကြည့်လိုက်အဲ့မြောက်ကိုကြည့်လိုက်ပြီးအပေါ်ကိုသွားမယ် Jackie တို့ကအလဲကိုသွားမယ်
So much aggressive potential from this PARIVISION lineup. 9 class has been everywhere this game. The support duo of PARIVISION putting in some heavy
ခုတန်းဆိုနော်အန်နာတော့ဖြောသွားနိုင်တယ်သား
So we're going to look at this rune. Yopaj will
ဟာ
get
ရုပ်
it.
ပဲရုံတော့ရအောင်ဟာ expert ဟာမပြီးသေးဘူးဟာကျောက်လည်းတော့မှဖြတ်ကျွေးတော်သေးတယ်အနောက်ကနေတင်လာစေပြီးလို့ပေါ့စူပါနိုဝါဖြတ်ဥလိုက်တယ်ဖင်အောက်တဲ့ကိုဖြတ်ဥတာနော်အော်ရုပ်ပဲရှောတာပေါ့ဟိုတိုင်းမောလေးနဲ့သေးတော့မယ်
9 class doesn't even end up ticking out. He survives. These early game moves just looking that little bit hotter from PARIVISION this time round.
That's a big TP from DM. Very clutch. Seeing that fight going down. I'm not sure if he is the one who reads it or if someone calls for it, but
ဝင်နာက 8.5 လောက်ရလိုက်တယ်ဟာခွတ်တာပေါ့
This is not a game where you can be behind. You have to go the blink first. You really want the Kaya after, but without a BKB in this game, it's hard to see.
Sprint နဲ့ဟိုကနေရတယ်နော်2-1လောက်သွားမယ်ထင်ရတာပဲဒါပေမဲ့ Sprint ကတေချာဆော့တော့ဟောစိတ်မြောက်ဟမ်ဘက်ကုန်းနဲ့ Sun Strike ကဒီကောင်တစ်ခါမှမလွယ်သေးဘူးကြာ No one Sun Strike ရ
No one. He's had a Sun Strike ready to throw into it. Barely missing any of them, and getting involved and getting this time, of course, the luxury of that last hit with it as well. That will be his Midas done. Coming out here 9 minutes.
အဲ့တော့မိုင်းတော့ပြီးသွားပြီ
It is interesting to buy the
Yeah,
Midas
go
still in
wide,
the
no, I
Invoker.
got
The
you.
XP a huge component for that Invoker. Cares more about the levels than he does the gold. We'll buy it anyway. And this Ursa, we might have, yeah, it's his old forest. And that means no top lane for him. Most likely until this comes back up. There's no stampede.
Skem tries to clear him out of the trees with the golem, but he's off the mark. And now he might just be dead for this. Satanic's here. Sun strikes in. Another one for no one. OG, they got to slow things down. Because at the moment, PARIVISION, they're a step ahead on all fronts.
I'm not sure how they slow things down. Where can they make moves? How can they respond to this pressure
right here
from PARIVISION? Centaur is not joining anything for a long time. And Leshrac, it was the last pick, but I don't know if it's the last pick you want. It just doesn't fight that well against these heroes. You want something mobile, something slippery against these DOTs and slows from PARIVISION, but a lack of hard lockdown. Lesh is the complete opposite. He hates all this damage over time, all this gunk he has to run into in this game. I worry for your possibility to actually get involved until he gets that blink.
အရန်တော့မကြမ်းဘူးဗျအရန်ကြောက်ရအောင်လို့ဗျအဲ့ level 1 3ရင် shit effect မရတော့ဟိုက over power ဟို3ချက်ပေါင်းတာကြီးပြောတာပေါ်အောင်ပြ level 3တွေ fan effect 3ချက်ပေါင်းတာပြောတာအဲ့တော့အဲ့လိုပြောတက်ကနဲ့လွယ်ဟွာစစ်မရှိတဲ့အချိန်
brother.
I mean, they need to. Obviously, they've got to clear this before PARIVISION gets some sort of glimpse of this area.
ပါရီကမြင်နေဗျဟိုတာဝိုင်းဆော့တာဆောင်းဝမ်းမြင်
Not a bad one. And the pressure is mounting for OG. We've seen them fall multiple times in this spot around this 6th place. It's been the barrier they haven't been able to break.
တော့ပြီးသွားပြီဖိနေရ
Amid, they're ready to start diving up to tier 2s here.
တကယ်မြောက်ကဆော့တဲ့ပုံတော့ကြည့်အောင်
There's a little bit of safety for Scam, and it looks to be enough. Scam will survive.
His bottom tower is under attack.
Asumi pushing in top in the meantime.
အောက်မှာလည်းဟိုက level 8တောင်ရအောင်
Tower as well. Satanic pushes the wave in. Chatting up down here.
Yeah, this is going to be a crazy Deso timing on the Kez this game.
It is.
It's having such a fast start. Doesn't get the last on the tower. There's a little bit of missed efficiency, but still, yeah. Desolator, 800 gold away for Satanic this game.
DM level 8 with the Vessel in line. He wants to fight. So incredibly strong. OG is doing a good job keeping the efficiency up. Only 2k down despite how tough it feels for them to interact with the PARIVISION heroes. Need to find some timing that allows them to punch back a little bit. Because right now, PARIVISION can do whatever they want on the map.
Scary times here for OG. Cannot afford to get caught. Now we're looking on the Battle Fury timing for Ursa. Still just under 600 gold away, so all things considered, Jen, definitely not the worst of timings for Natsumi. Should still have a good chance of getting his farm online. No one, definitely going to be a problem this game. Already has been. 2-0-4, fantastic Sunstrikes. And with Midas, Atos already online here, 12 minutes in. Playmaking is absolutely an option from him. This Invoker is something to be feared.
ဒီကလည်းစကားလေတော်တော်လေးကွာဝိုင်း12မိနစ်တော့ 3k ရတာဝါလေ3နိုင်လုံးကျိုးသွား
is that PARIVISION's heroes no
ပဲလုံးလေးစားနေဗျပဲလုံးလေး
structured lineup.
အခုအစ်စ်ထွက်တဲ့ဟိုကအဲ့ကောင်နာမည်ကရွှေစုဆိုတဲ့ဟာလေးသိလား
skirmishing, it's
19 လေးနဲ့
it's we build a lead and we play off the fact that we have a gold advantage because our heroes are
ချန်
good
ပီ
at
ယံ
this
တွေ
early
ထွက်
game.
စားလာကုန်ဆိုပြီးတော့ရွှေစုဆိုတဲ့
OG
ပုံ
can win a fight. They can pull themselves back into shape a little bit.
အဲ့ဒီစားလို့ကောင်းတယ်အဲ့လေ
Can
ပဲ
definitely
စုံ
see
တို့
them
ထုတ်တယ်
turn things around.
And I guess the sort of question is when you're playing against 9 class on his Monkey King, how do you play against? Like, how do you stop him?
ဟိုဆိုင်နေတော့တွေးလိုက်တော့ခုမှသူတို့ပြန်တင်တာအဲ့ဒါလေးမဆိုးကျွန်တော်အဲ့ဒါတန်တယ်သူတည်လေးလောက်တာပဲအဖြူရဗျာပဲစိမ့်ရဗျာပဲနဲ့ပတ်သက်တာအမျိုးမျိုးရပြီးနေကြစီရ
Good dodge there from Satanic.
That was nice.
ပြင်ပြောင်းမှုပေါင်းမှုပွားကြော်လဲရအဲ့လိုမျိုးပေါ့ထုတ်လေးထုတ်ထားတာလေးလည်းအဲ့လေးရအဲ့လို ဖွင့်ပြီးပြန်ပိတ်စားလို့ရပုံစံမျိုးလေးလုပ်ပေးတာ
Sure, someone's looking at you, but the guy looking at you has no damage, and you don't really care.
This is a good move. Straight
ဒီ
to
က
the
မိုက်က
top.
ကောင်းသွားရင်တော့ bro ကျွန်တော်နှစ်ချက်မိုက်ကအရင်လိုချစ်တက်တွေမဖြစ်တော့ဘူးတိတိကျကျရကြားရ
He does know. He can go for the ancients.
Okay.
He knows.
Let's see. Is he going to stick around for both
တော့
of
န
these
ဆူ
camps
မီ
on
ကတော့
the way
ကျိုး
back?
သားရ
Or is
နော်
he
သူက
gonna keep
14မိနစ်သူဖူရီနဲ့တော့ fan of
Might
fire နဲ့
live
ပြော
even
တယ်
if he hits the camps. They do
ဒီကဟိုကလည်းကက်ကလိုက်တော့ရှာဆိုလိုတက်ဖို့ချောင်းနေပြန်ပြီ
see how
ရှား
ready
ပါ
they
မ
are
လား
sort of to
ချောင်းနဲ့ချောင်းအဲ့ဥ
catch
စားမှ
those
တတ်မဟဲ့
spots,
အောင်
because
တအုပ်
Natsumi,
ကြီးလာတာကြီးဘ
trying
လို့
to
ကြီးလဲ
chase on him.
they're getting closer.
အာတအုပ်ကြီး4ယောက်ကြီးမင်းတို့ကများတာပေါ့လို့အဲ့လောက်ကြီးကြတော့
Really have and no way to get out of that one at
4
all.
ယောက်ကြီး14မိနစ်ကြီးမှာအဲ့လိုကြီးတအုပ်ကြီး
They were trying to get in range of the
Ah,
bounce,
let's show
but
what
the
me
guys
want
managed to
me.
execute it perfectly.
လက်ဆက်ကိုမြင်တာ info တောင်းထားတယ် အော်ဟိုကအနောက်ကြီးကိုခုံသွားတယ်
Trying to
အော်
find 9 class.
ရောက်ကမှွေတာကြီး
annoying.
တော့လက်ဆက်
Playing
တိုင်း
this
ဘော
map
လေး
is the
တုံး
worst.
သွားတယ်တကယ်အနွားရင်ပဲအကောင်ကြီးကအရန်အောင်ဒုက္ခလိုက်
Hopping
ပြီး
on these trees. Oh, it's the worst. You can see how claustrophobic it is for OG. They were rushing up there to try to get these kills because they just desperately want to find something. The bottom tower remains alive and all of this, still quite healthy.
Yeah, we don't have to pay
PARIVISION, 3 tier 1s taken and 3 tier 1s alive for themselves.
Now where am I? Don't where about? Separate night, mother. Duration anyway. And I will chat. Separate let go so and do. Total level. A change. I'm so don't. The car little native weather on a separate sweater. Through Ali Monday wine. I put duration over. Yeah, don't worry at the end of party.
He can be everywhere and anywhere across the map. And also obviously Satanic still top net worth here on the Kez, and no signs of him being slowed down. We're going to see OG now start to step out a little bit up top, but PARIVISION, I think they won't mind signing up for this fight.
They're standing on a ward. They need to be really careful here.
I think OG realized the scans hit.
Such a minute.
They do not want to end up walking into an unfavorable fight against PARIVISION right now. They've got to get out of here.
A good dodge. They would have caught there. Could have been disastrous.
Can you smoke towards Invoker?
They're going to try. OG and Owen on the same wavelength, but no one sniffs it out.
He does.
Way beforehand, gating back. Oh, or is he?
Or is he going to stick around for these creeps?
Uh-oh.
He's going to start farming his way back along the bottom line of the creeps, which might... Well, he's being careful, though. You can... He senses something, that's for sure. But does he sense it?
Lobby, baby. No one. That's Sandry. One up. Oh, cool. I'm a fetcher. No one down. We have down there.
Get off the tornado.
Ah, the pineapple. I thought he seen it. Ah, you get any of a child. I don't know what change your job. Why?
And will manage to get that kill.
Man, this is the first time I've seen this.
We just let through look at him. What they are doing? Wow.
The
She
damage
must
is
have
so
baby
much
no
lower.
one.
At this point, just take Chronoptic Nourishment. Holy cow. I worry for this Lesher's impact in this game because that Invoker kill took way too long, considering this guy was completely alone.
Apparently, they might force the Invoker down on the bottom lane, but the rest of them ready to go into the Roshan. And obviously knowing that OG very much elsewhere on the map, it's going to be no likelihood of
such a logic. You know, got main go. You know, if people got on the other go.
These early Roshes against
Bro,
team
you know,
that have
Thailand
the
where he got the GB time, yeah.
That is big.
There's
the PKB almost finished, and the Aegis. He will
online
be
machine.
starting to look similar to that last game. OG maybe getting a bit of deja vu. This fearsome bird stacking up items.
Yeah, sort of the best thing they sort of have, I guess, to fall back upon in this game, in that matchup, is the fact that they do have this Ursa run. If Natsumi can get into a position where he's got that BKB on top of the Blink and the Battle Fury, there absolutely is a world where he can get on top of the Kez and just sort of out DPS the Kez when it's sort of that kind of 1v1 trying to take down each other situation. It's not going to be easy to find, obviously, with all the tools that PARIVISION have around him, but it is absolutely something that can cause issues for the Kez down the line.
It is.
It
remains that starting a team fight, it's not easy for them. It's a monkey stun into an ice path, into a sunstrike. It's very delicate. It's skillful. It's this back and forth, very kiting specific style from PARIVISION. Oh, hello there, brother.
Nico has the stampede, but he's not going to get the chance for it. Silence into stun.
PARIVISION controlling those gates really well, giving them kill threat on both side lanes, and that means this Tormentor is going to be very difficult to fight for OG. They will not have the pipe finished up by then, meaning Centaur is going to be pretty much useless for this fight. I question if they should even go for this. Kez, BKB Aegis. Ooh, it's not an easy fight to take.
So even when Natsumi has the BKB online, what's his role going to be in the fights? Is it sort of sit back and wait for the Kez to show themselves, get the jump on him? Are you looking to sit back, get ready to just ult and hit the egg, take the egg out with the Fury swipes once the team fight kicks off? You know, what's Natsumi's priorities?
You definitely have to pick and choose your targets carefully. If you see a Jakiro you can burst, a Phoenix that you can burst, you do have sort of a jumping combo between the Lesh and the Ursa. They can jump together and they can potentially burst the hero. But he does have to be careful about who is around from PARIVISION, because if he commits first and then Kez locks onto him, there's no fighting back right now. Because the Aegis, you will go down and you'll only burn the Aegis, and that is not a trade you're happy with.
Tormentor time. PARIVISION.
ဝေးရရမ်းယူရပြန်တော့ AOI မင်း20 TNT ကိုစပြီးတော့မှကဲပြီကိုရှာလည်းယူပြီးသားပြီးတော့အခု TNT လည်းထပ်ယူရပြီးတော့ယူစရာ T2 white တွေထပ်ပြနေတယ် T2 ပဲရှိနေအဲ့ဒါယူသွားရင်တော့ TNT ရဲ့ level 73ဘာလို့ level 30ဒီကလိုတော့ over ထည့်လိုက်မယ်ဆိုတော့တစ်ဖက်က spare ရ damage ကတိတ်လောက်တော့ဖတ်တယ်ပုံးကြောက်စရာမလိုတော့
even more annoying to kill if that were possible.
He's going to be in and out of these team fights like nobody's business.
Also got the hop to level 5, so Simeon Stride Fast has been activated. He is now omnipresent.
I've only been able to catch him the once this game. Outside of that, been pretty much everywhere. 117 involved in 8 of the 9 kills.
Oh, no, no, so no, so they don't know. Both sides can don't know. So me le, oh, piu with one cool and
Golem will get dropped down on
Cas solo me. Oh, mute high, mute that save the rocket door.
Take the Aegis out of the hands of Satanic is falling pretty low. Back off with the parry. So he dive forward off TM.
He got it died
with the egg in this position.
And he could have got stomped there. Nico definitely could have canceled that dive. They might have killed the Phoenix there.
I mean, I think, yeah, if you're OG, you want to try and poke a little bit more here. You've been able to take the Jakiro away. You know that Satanic's not in the healthiest of positions. HP's low, sure he still has the Aegis, but this might be that little bit of a chance for OG to strike PARIVISION by surprise. We'll see if PARIVISION expect this. They are splitting up, but if Satanic's on his own, OG might have the chance to take him out twice. Looks like they're going to...
Ducalis.
Yeah, coming back into the game. They want to dive this.
Oh, yeah, did you not hear when died?
He's going to be back out to
Oh, yeah, hold it. I don't know. Yeah, show you all. Yeah, you bet. You bet, man. You bet. You bet. Yeah, show me la. You will up and then I do my making really well. Don't I? You will. Something and I don't want show me. Tell us, don't want my damn. I put in 5 go when dive with that. You don't be cheap and pay like ya. Yeah, go out. She fan in on what? Doesn't matter. One more.
So it's used for efficiency. It's not like they're bringing 5 heroes there and blobbing around. So you can see the net worth doesn't even change really. And at the very least, Yopaj does get the last hit as well. So roughly even, I'd say, to be honest.
And I guess this is also sort of moments where Aegis is in the hands of PARIVISION, and with this sort of action that you're throwing at them on their side of the map, it's stopping them from being able to get away with something like a tier 2 tower.
Yeah, you maintain some control of the map, continue to farm up, and if you look at Dota Plus, it's only saying 52% for PARIVISION because of that draft discrepancy. PARIVISION, their heroes, they need a lead. They cannot play without one, and they have gotten it. They put themselves in a great position to win with their draft, but if any mistakes arise...
Oh, look at this down bottom. On a 9 class, get the quick setup. Now Suma's going to show himself with the blinks there.
So
it's just scam to fall. But no, for sure, very, very much situation. You cannot forget about the potential of this hero. It can just sort of destroy most cores in these sort of situations in the fight. If you get that jump, this hero will provide the damage to burst even the most farmed targets.
It definitely can. The BKB online with Shadow Demon to help him out, Warlock. It's not just a solo bear, it's a bear and all his friends.
Now come on, now mind ya, Meow got you a G by table. I saw now right by the count.
It's like Winnie the Pooh as he TP's up the top lane.
So if they could make the connection here. Coming up towards the Tormentor.
Kuna guy well, and come back. To back
off from this corner of the map though, so OG won't quite catch them with the sweep.
With no one showing anywhere else, Midwave pushed all the way in. Look where it sits, how close to the tier 2. It becomes incredibly obvious where the smoke is going to. PARIVISION trying to finish that butterfly, which is going to totally change this matchup between Ursa and Kez. Because now Shiva's done as well on Phoenix. They are building the anti-Ursa items, trying to deal with this Natsumi bear, knowing he is the key to OG's comeback here. Only 11-5.
bit of a slowdown. I mean, from PARIVISION, what are you looking towards next? Are you looking to try and accelerate the game, or is it sort of maintain this lead set up for the next Roshan?
I think they'll just be farming and playing for pickoffs until this next Aegis. No one's ghost walking down bottom. Maybe he walks on a sentry if he's not careful. They do kill the lane obs that he was looking towards, so. Yeah, I think they're trying to finish this butterfly, and then at this point, Roche can start spawning in 10 seconds, and then you're like, all right, we're just playing for Roche, guys.
No one's trying to mess around with him here. Disruption comes in.
Oh, fly on yeah.
Being a bit annoying.
That's like I'm the idea on it, just saying. That's all it up, BKB flying.
Reactions scaring OG a little bit, but.
Never such a bit.
Continue to farm. Natsumi has the shard.
Let out of
so gets an extra bit of burst damage. Can definitely cut through this Jakiro pretty much instantly. Maybe even the Invoker and Phoenix if they're not careful. With the butterfly, it's probably off the table. But with a chain stun, even him, they've got this one person with the less stun. Tools.
In the bottle for Natsumi.
အေးတွေ့ပြီ။အော်ရရမွေဟောပြေးဝင်ကောက်ပါဟောနှကောင်တော့ဒီမှာ rain တွေပဲပြတ်တော့ပေးလိုက်ရပြီ။စံတော့မန်နာကုန်သွားပြီစံတော့။အော်ဆော်ရဒီမှာတက်ရောက်တယ်။အော်ဆော်ရကြိုက်ခံရပြီလို့။အော် race ပါသုံးလိုက်ရပြီ။ race ပါသုံးလိုက်ရပြီ။စံတော့စစ်ပဲပေးလိုက်ရပြီ။မြောက်ကတကယ်နှောက်နေတာ vision တွေပေးပြီးတော့။ဒါမှလည်းဆောက်အောင်စူပါနိုဝါရှိရလေ။ စူပါနိုဝါဥစမ်းရိတ်တဲ့ထိုးတဲ့နောက်မှာတော့တိုင်ပတ်ပြီးအာဆာဝါရီယာနဆူမီအနေနဲ့ကဒါပေမဲ့တော့ထွက်တယ်နော်ဒီကောင်လဲ။အော် Sunstrike အော်ကောင်းလိုက်တယ်ဟိုမှာ Sunstrike နဲ့ရှော့သွားတယ်အာဆာကြီးက။ဟိုကဆုတ်ဆက်တွေလောက်တာဟေး။ဒါထပ်ဖမ်းမိတာသည်။တော်နှောက်နေတာပဲမြောက်ကအာခဏဆိုင်တာလဲဗရေတော့ဝင်လိုက်ထွက်လိုက်တွေလုပ်ပေးနေတယ်အဲ့မြောက်ကြီးတော့ရှော့
But they just get completely demolished by PARIVISION.
They were not on the same page, going on different targets, in these fights. Moments like that are where being an older school team, having some veteran players that have been at that absolute top tier level comes in clutch. The communication, the calls, the structure and consistency, it's not quite there for OG yet as they messed up this team fight, and now with Roche on the horizon, that is not a team fight you want to lose as PARIVISION look towards it. And with another
but then I got by low. So now, over being go, the back on the vision light for we.
Very much wanted to keep the fight going. They still have
Supernova
was there. It didn't matter. The
no, nearly follow his own line.
Beautifully placed there around the tier 2, catching Natsumi as he tried to escape. I mean, no one's just been controlling these fights perfectly, and it is so hard for OG to fight into PARIVISION right now, and it's only getting more and more difficult now, down 14k, and for the next 5 minutes, having to play again into another Aegis on Satanic.
I feel like you can maybe feel the pressure getting to OG a little bit. It doesn't feel like they're playing quite as crisp as they were in that game 1. Can feel their tournament hopes on the line. They know they're down gold. They know their position is not easy. They're going to muster on anyway, looking for whatever opportunity they can find.
I mean, have they got any sort of big items around the corner?
I mean, the MKB is around the corner, up a hill, through 2 doors. The next house over. It's not quite there yet.
Duration and I know. Duration K and go and
BKB online as well. So we've seen how much he's been able to throw out in these team fights. Now, even if they find him, unlikely to be able to stop him from getting his full combo off as the Invoker. Tier 2's taken on the bottom. Satanic still with many minutes of Aegis. PARIVISION, so many options on how they want to move forward here from this point.
This Monkey King continues to be a menace. Seeing that last fight, he just is so hard to kill, always scouting them, kiting, poking, getting so many of those boundless strikes off. He is a thorn in their side that they just can't pull out.
Yeah, he's done a crazy amount here for PARIVISION. OG starting to prepare themselves for the fact that PARIVISION are likely to approach the high ground. That's
Oh,
standing at the front, though. He's got to be careful. He gets out with the blink. DM diving in. He's getting some fire spirits out for now. Force back the TPs from OG, get them pushed back into their base.
Who are you? I spent a whole game.
And their base is not where they want to be. They want to be out on the map farming so they can catch up. Natsumi is trying to finish that MKB. He will probably get it before the next big fight, but will it be enough? Satanic now completed on Satanic, his namesake item. $605. He's had a great showing so far in both of these Kez games.
Yeah, I gotta say, I feel like no more Abaddon. You know, we've got to be seeing Satanic on these Kez's, these active carries. He just gets to be an incredibly flashy player, and it's just doing that much better.
Look at this tower.
That's an Alacrity Kez.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
What is this?
What is this? Pick on me, yeah.
Holy crap.
I love you, no.
If they're not fast, their bottom axe is going to die the same way.
There we go. Alacrity's up.
Dude, this is crazy.
The fortification out, Yo Patch. Got a stun onto 9 class, but nobody else wants to be jumping outside of the base right now on OG. He's so close. He's pretty much got the money for the MKB, but he needs to somehow get out and get that demon edge.
Well, he got it. He got it. He swooped to behind.
All right, it's coming back. It's coming back. So he's going to have it here for the defense.
Kayasha completed for Yopaj, so can get that stun off a little bit quicker. But you can't kill this Kez until the Aegis is gone at a minimum. Even then, it's not going to be easy, but it's impossible right now. So OG may just wait out this Aegis, let the gold lead continue to grow in hopes that they get that one key comeback fight. But in the meantime, 9 class is dewarding all your wards with that gem. You're losing your control, your grip on the map.
Tormentor, PARIVISION. Sort of ticking off all the boxes here as they move forward with this advantage. It's game 3, elimination game, everything on the line here for both of these teams. You see 9 class, just found the setup. They've got the catch, they'll get the kill.
Good grief.
Nico gone, DM ready to dive in for more. They found Tim's off to the side, he'll try and hold them back with the disruption, but 9 class and Satanic collapsing upon him. We'll catch. No one here with the opening stun. They'll drop the golem, and that's fine. They've killed him off. A huge kill. They'll try and look towards the supernova, but they can't get the hits in. They've got to kite it out, bail off for now. But they'll be happy if they can sort of just take a moment to relax here. They just managed to get a very free kill as Noah makes a very uncharacteristic mistake there, stepping up to the base on the front. He was not expecting to walk into a ledge stun, but that's exactly what he did.
No, that was a very peculiar decision. He kind of just, you're right, he just walked up and said, hello, guys, and they said, hello, bam, and knocked him back down like a whack-a-mole.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Sure, I get it. At the moment, you know, PARIVISION, they feel that they have this incredible lead, but we've many a time seen this sort of lead slip away. And sometimes those sort of mistakes can be the beginning of losing your grip on a game like this. So PARIVISION, as close as they might be to getting the victory, they've got to be careful still. OG, they still bite back hard. And we're going to see them get another kill here as they chase down to Carlis.
These feeds.
I mean, they're going to try and fight here. Satanic's still incredibly strong. Satanic tears him apart, and now Natsumi. He's got blink up in a second, but 9 class in on top of him, has the Yule set up. Ice Path on the way back down. They'll kill off the Ursa on top of it. And he is out without buyback. 70 seconds. The Ursa is dead. PARIVISION, they could look to be ready to run it down another lane.
Man, this Kez is just going crazy. They have no free lane, great moves, great team fights. Satanic has been everywhere. And now he's only headed to one place, and that's your base.
How do OG slow this push down? Down 27k. Already, the setups there inside of the base. They just dive in, kill off Nico. He's gone. The tier 3, the barracks falling immediately here to the damage of Satanic on this incredibly farmed Kez. A hero that's, you know, stonks are definitely rising as this tournament goes on. That we saw it, the other day from Arme. A different build, you know, the Battle Fury approach popping off. These two games with the Desto approach absolutely popping off. These Kez players are getting pretty good, Quinn.
Bye.
Stocks
are most certainly up, and then the throne is going down. What is this damage? Hello?
I mean, OG, they're going to get the chance to slow this down. I don't know if the Cataclysm comes out for no one. They will have everyone back in play. They do get the courier. I think the Creeps probably got the courier there of no one, so that's at least a Hex out of the play. But 35k lead here for PARIVISION. They've got the Mega Creeps.
But
up against the Mega Creeps and not really with the best measures to deal with them. They are in a tough spot.
Down 35k at 35 minutes.
Yep, that
35 minutes, 35k.
Very rarely gets turned around.
That is calling it a tough one would be a gross understatement.
That's fair.
It is a Herculean feat for them to come back from this position.
The weather, I'll say weather.
Refresher on DM. And almost level 25 on the Kez.
I'll pretend I didn't enjoy this. I feed you to my fiends.
And they can just wait for Roche.
Yep.
They're going to.
They're not in a rush. Absolutely not. They want to take this victory as safely as possible, PARIVISION.
It definitely will, and it's the shortest Roche spawn of all time. I think it was literally instant.
Yeah, it might have been actually. Yep.
So, PARIVISION, they won't have to wait long. As with this Aegis, I can't imagine what would stop them.
Hero Kira, the Russian on Gion Blue Penny, the hour or a Gio. Don't below Russian on
You've got to get caught by some like 5-man who stomp into 5-man split earth into sort of that Natsumi on the Ursa cleaving through the whole team.
We need 5-man fatal bonds, 5-man host.
Oh, that's true. With the 5-man, yeah. That's probably sort of what the 0.1% that OG's got right now to turn this one around. We'll see if they can find it. As PARIVISION are ready to close this up. Heading straight over towards the Ancient, laying down the Wukongs to start off the action. I mean, as we saw before, if the Kez gets on the he's caught by the Hex, but it doesn't matter. Disruption comes out, they drop the Golem on towards him, but they can honestly just hit the Ancient, get themselves on and forward in the tournament, and they will. GG is called. PARIVISION move on, knocking OG out.
Man, after that game one, PARIVISION, they got it together. They woke up, clean up their gameplay, clean up their drafts, pick Satanic a real hero for him.
Yep.
And
my goodness, that is a real hero. You know, and perfectly paired up, honestly, with the Invoker. Something I don't think we've necessarily seen the Invoker Kez thing, but this hero, when he's got this amount of farm and you put the alacrity on him,
it kills the whole screen instantly. I don't know what I'm watching. It just hits them 700 times in 1 second. 15-0-6.
Wow.
Rank 1.
He was
on fire this game.
No, he really was.
I
think, yeah, PARIVISION, they're going to look at, as you said, this series and say, yeah, much more of Game 2 and Game 3. What they tried to do in Game 1. OG, they've had a great run, but today here against PARIVISION, it really